Season, he's well off the mark with 8 goals and 16 assists in his first 16 outings. Turgeon leads the Islanders in a meeting with the Sabres here at the Nassau Coliseum. Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to our broadcast this evening. I'm John Gertler. While Pierre Turgeon might be the bright spot individually, the team itself, speaking for the Islanders, is on a downswing. They are losers of their last 5, including being shut out back-to-back. They definitely need some help, and they need some push here inside the Nassau County Coliseum. The recent loss was on Thursday night to the Philadelphia Flyers in Philadelphia by a score of 8-5. Well, the Buffalo Sabres very tough and sharp in the last 2 games, having defeated the Boston Bruins and the Hartford Whalers. And indeed, they are trying to capture that winning moment at home here on the road, having won only 1 of their 8 road games. Pat LaFontaine mentioned to me just moments ago before he stepped onto the ice surface, the team tried to get out of Buffalo as quickly as possible last night, bottle that victory, and then taste it here this evening. We'll see what happens. I'll be back with my broadcast partner, Jim Lorenz, but first, Sabres Tonight with Ted Darling.
The score is Jim Sullivan.
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, 2-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pounder with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
This is Ted Darling with Sabres Tonight, brought to you by Dodge. See your Advantage Team Dodge dealer today. And we'll be right back with Sabres Tonight.
When it comes to families, one size doesn't fit all. That's why your minivan specialist has so many choices of caravans at the Dodge Minivan Store. From the luxurious all-wheel drive Grand Caravan to an economical caravan starting at just over $13,500. One size doesn't fit all, but there's one caravan to fit you, fit your budget, and the minivan specialist has it.
See your Team Dodge dealer and get the advantage. Advantage Dodge.
We've acquired Pat LaFontaine from the New York Islanders, along with Randy Wood and Randy Hillier and future considerations. In return, the Islanders get Pierre Turgeon, Huey Krupp, Benoit Hogue, and Dave McElwain.
It was just about 1 year ago today, Pat LaFontaine left Uniondale, New York, for life in a Sabres uniform. Now, swapping franchise players is a bold move for NHL clubs, but this trade has been beneficial to both parties. LaFontaine and Turgeon turned in impressive performances for their new teams. The other players involved in the deal, Huey Krupp, Benoit Hogue, and Randy Wood, all have been important additions. Hogue, who scored only 45 goals in 4 years as a Sabre, tallied 30 times and added 45 assists for the Islanders last season. Wood netted 20 goals for Buffalo and became one of the Sabres' most consistent players. Huey Krupp didn't reach his all-star form of 1991, but still accounted for 35 points in 59 games for New York last season. The coaches in tonight's game share 12 Stanley Cup championships between them. Of course, John Muckler won 5 while he was co-coach, then head coach with Edmonton. Al Arbour, on the other hand, won 3 cups during his 14-year playing career and 4 consecutive championships with the Islander dynasty of the early 80s. Arbour, in his 21st season as an NHL head coach, is the all-time leader in games coached, over 1,400 games. Arbour was with the Islanders for most of their 74 games against Buffalo, 37 of which the Sabres won. Buffalo also holds a slight lead over the Islanders in the Nassau Coliseum. But winning on the road has not been the Sabres' strength this season. In fact, Buffalo has not won on the road since their road opener on October the 10th against Hartford, and are giving up almost 5 goals and 40 shots per game. It's time now for the Dodge Gold Seat Award. 2 tickets to the November 25th game against the Quebec Nordiques. The winner is David Gaines from Niagara Falls, New York, courtesy of Joe Ciccone Chrysler Complex. Enjoy the game, David. And now let's go back to John Gertler and Jim Lorenz.
Thank you, Ted Darling. Hi again, everybody. John Gertler with Jim Lorenz. Jim, what do you do about a victory on the road? How does this team capture the victory and the status like they're playing at Memorial Auditorium?
Yeah, what a difference, isn't there, John? Their road record, just 1 win, 5 losses, and 2 ties. And that road win came the first road game of the season against the Hartford Whalers. Compare that to the record at the Auditorium, 7 wins and 1 loss. But perhaps, maybe it's just a coincidence, but I think it's more than that. The power plays are the difference of night and day also. At Memorial Auditorium, the Sabres have scored an incredible 24 power play goals in 60 times they've had the man advantage. That's an unbelievable 40%. And on the road, it's unbelievable also. The Sabres scoring only 8 times in 57 times that they have had the man advantage, which is 20th overall, only 14%. Now, listening to John Muckler after last night's game, and people were asking, why the difference, and he said, well, he said, I attribute that to the work ethic. He said our work ethic in the auditorium has been a lot more intense than on the road. But I think the Sabres here tonight are going to try to turn this around, because if they're going to be successful, they have to get that road record going.
Speaking of the Sabres being sharp, outscoring their opponent in the last 2 games, 15-4. Dave Andrechuk on a tear, let me tell you.
Boy, is he ever. 4 goals last night, 3 goals on the power play. He leads the National Hockey League with 12 power play goals, and he is so great in front of the net with those great hands and that long reach. That equals goals.
Darren Pupa is in the nets tonight for the Sabres. Now let's go down to the ice surface for the playing of the U.S. National Anthem.
When you're looking for fine Italian food, served in old-world family style, you're looking for Chef's. For more than 60 years, Chef's has been serving the finest Italian food in town at its one and only Buffalo location, near downtown, just 3 minutes from the Odd. There's plenty of free lighted parking, too. Chef's, the ideal place for a business lunch, a family dinner, a private party, or a night on the town. The one and only Chef's.
Watch and win your share of over $100,000 on Fox 29. Weeknights from 6 to 8. Watch for your lucky sweepstakes number on the screen. Then call the contest line within 15 minutes to win. It's that simple. Keep your lucky Fox 29 magazine by your TV. Watch Fox 29 weeknights from 6 to 8 for your lucky sweepstakes number to win on Fox 29.
Athletic Care gets you back in action.
Sabres Hockey on Fox 29. Brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the trucks you can depend on. Your good neighbor Chevrolet dealers of Western New York. Your community-minded McDonald's of Western New York, where what you want is what you get. And Sawmill Creek, an international selection of fine wines.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. Here are tonight's starting goalies, brought to you by Bagel Brothers Bakery and Deli, a great place to start your day. Darren Pupa into the nets for the Sabres with a 3.44 goals against average. A 5-2-2 record on the season. Glenn Healy backstops the New York Islanders with a 3.79 goals against average, a 4-5-1 mark, and the former Los Angeles King getting the brunt of the work this year for the New York Islanders, a team that again lost to the Philadelphia Flyers on Thursday night by a score of 8-5. They have lost 5 straight, and they didn't start the month of November off on a good note, having lost 2 back-to-back games, being shut out. Al Arbor, the coach, called him brain dead at the time, Jim Lorenz, so they got to start from scratch.
Now, there's an old expression. Well, Al doesn't pull any punches. Well, he's one of the great all-time coaches in NHL history.
Underway, first period of play on the island with the Sabres and Islanders, and here's Mogilny with a shot. Healy being tested in the opening seconds. Puck is cleared by Krupp. Bodger keeping it in. Rebound, Andrechuk. The Sabres immediately jump out of this game by commanding the play down in the Islanders zone. Mogilny had a pretty good evening last night at the Odd in his Sabres 8-2 win over the Hartford Whalers. Losing control, former Sabre Benoit Hogue skating in. Loose puck, top of the slot. Norton's shot went wide. Ferraro sitting on Norton. Pupa tested in the opening minute as well. End-to-end action. This is the start of this game. Patrick Flatley lost control of the puck. Poked by Hogue. Will be covered by Bodger. Schmelik eludes a Hogue check. Islanders testing the Sabres now. And a shot in the glove save by Darren Pupa. And we have just played 1 minute and 10 seconds of this game and have already used the 200 by 85-foot ice circle.
And both goaltenders making key stops in the opening minute of play. Buffalo had the first chance, but here's the play that went down the ice, and Pupa makes an excellent save on Jeff Norton in front of the net. And here's the breakaway by Mogilny. And this is a sensational save by Healy. Boy, Healy did not even budge on that play. He just held his ground, and Mogilny shot the puck right at him. So an exciting exchange here with only 50 seconds gone in the opening period.
May along the boards, working that line with Dale Hawerchuk and Bob Sweeney. And Jim, kind of a scare for the Sabres this morning on Hawerchuk. There's a shot to go by the Islanders. A big drive on by Malakoff, Vladimir Malakoff. Rookie defenseman scores for the Islanders, and it's 1-0.
Well, one of the important things to remember about Malakoff is he has a powerful shot from the point, and he drills a screen shot by Darren Pupa, and we'll wait for the official announcement to see if that was tipped. But Malakoff has a great shot from the point, and look, he takes every advantage of that as he moved in and gave his teammates time to stand in front of the goaltender Pupa.
Malakoff with his 5th goal of the season. Brad Bay getting a shot. Healy piece of it. Boucher from the right point, flying wide. 1-0 Islanders here in the first period. Vladimir Malakoff scoring. And breaking out at center is Pierre Turgeon, along with Steve Thomas. Shot turned off the stick of Pupa. Rebound Dale Hawerchuk. Malakoff keeping it in. Boucher works it along the boards to Brad May. There's Kasparaitis, another new player for the Islanders, the #1 selection of the June '92 draft. The CIS team as well, clearing it in. We had mentioned about the scare of Dale Hawerchuk. Jim shot by a puck in the foot last night, and he had to go for x-rays this morning. It swelled up so bad it did not skate this morning, and they were concerned whether or not he was going to play.
Yes, right up until warm-ups, as a matter of fact. Of course, he went out for warm-ups, and he's in the lineup.
Uwe Krupp hitting the Krupp tones from the crowd here tonight. Malakoff with a long drive. Hooked up by Pupa. There's a loose puck from the corner. Controlled by the Islanders, and they've taken command after the opening surge by the Sabres. Daniel Marois along with Marty McGuinness. Brian Mullen. Sabres get it out to center, led by Wayne Presley. They'll let it go, and the Sabres change up on the fly. Rob Ray comes out with Bob Corkum and Colin Patterson. 1-0. The Islanders leading it after a goal by Malakoff, his 5th of the season. Assist goes to Steve Thomas. Official time 1:24. Norton from the corner, covered by Corkum. Patterson controls. That is poked by Norton. Bill Berg gets a pop along the glass by Schmelik. Elon can't control it. Corkum trying to keep it in, but the Sabres are forced back at their own line. Igor Sloboda to Corkum out at center, working with Ray at left. So far, Jim, after that opening minute flurry by the Sabres, the Islanders holding the Sabres at bay out at center.
Well, they're, of course, hungry for a victory, John, back home at home here after having lost 5 straight games. And I know the Sabres would have dearly loved to have scored in that breakaway by Mogilny to really sort of take the wind out of them, but it just didn't happen, and the Islanders ended up scoring the first goal.
Offside call against the Sabres. 15:37 left to play. First period, 1-0 Islanders will return.
Junior Islander of the game. This time we draw your...
Work your Chevy truck to the bone, and what does it get you?
Stood there boldly, sweating in the sun. Felt like a million, felt like number one, like a rock.
It gets you the best resale value of any full-size truck in the business. The best.
Like a rock.
Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, two-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pounder with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
Tonight's scratches are brought to you by Athleticare. Athleticare gets you back in action. For Buffalo, Draper, Ramsey, Moeller, Gordiuk, and Himalev. And for the New York Islanders, Loisel, Bullock, Curvers, and Nyland scratch tonight.
Scott LeChance for the Islanders. Working with Ferraro. Good forechecking by Andrechuk. Again, 4 goals last night. His way, but losing control of the puck. Benoit Hogue breaking out to center with Pat Flatley. The icing call coming up here against the Islanders.
Dave Andrechuk, I think, uses his body as well as anyone in the National Hockey League. Not only in a forechecking role, as we just watched him moments ago, take the body in the corner and come up with the puck, but also to position himself in front of the net. And with those great hands that he has, he's just, because of his size and that ability to position himself, he gets those scoring chances, and with the quick hands, he doesn't miss too often from in front.
He has definitely captured the touch. We were watching him in warm-ups tonight, Jim. You were remarking about how sweet the goals he was scoring in the warm-ups. Well, sweet they were last night as well.
He's able to get the puck in the top corner as well as anyone, too, from close in. I mean, any kind of an opening, Andrechuk is able to score.
They only need to turn back to last season. In the first 20 games, Andrechuk had only recorded 6 points. Now he's up to 30. Islanders leading this game 1-0 in the first period of play. Nassau Coliseum. Flatley at his own line. Picked up by Uwe Krupp. Benoit Hogue from left. Staging it in front. Intended for Krupp. There's a shot labeled on by Flatley. Rebound score! Islanders. A combination of Krupp and Hogue. And boom, boom. The Islanders have taken a 2-0 lead.
And that was a great shot by Benoit Hogue. Watch how quickly he fires his puck in the top corner. Pupa had no chance. And the Islanders take a 2-0 lead, but the net was almost jarred off by one of the Islanders. And of course, that would have negated the goal. Now here's the stop by Pupa and the rebound. The puck was bouncing around. And Hogue caught the puck as it was flipping up and put it right in the top corner. Look at the quick shot, and Pupa just could not react in time, and the Islanders go ahead 2-0.
7th goal of this season for Benoit Hogue. Got off to a slow start. 5 games without scoring his first goal, and then October 24th, he scored a hat trick, his first NHL career. Schmeling keeping it in from the right point. Hannon covered. Now Wood gets it out. Sabres setting it up, trying to get something going. They've only got 1 shot on goal, and that came in the opening 10 seconds of this game. The Islanders demanding 2-0 lead, and also in shots with 7. Sabres cut for offsides, and Dave Hannon puts a hit on Darius Kasparaitis.
Now the word is spreading around the NHL about Kasparaitis. He is a very good hitter, and particularly in open ice areas, and Hannon was very much aware that Kasparaitis was back there and might take a run at him, and sure enough, it happened. Both players getting their sticks and elbows up. But Kasparaitis missed the last game for the Islanders at Philadelphia. He was suspended for 1 game for his second stick-related game misconduct.
Leads the Islanders in penalty minutes with 60. Asked Al Arbour this morning he could describe his rookie defenseman. He said, a very enthusiastic player. Unlike any player that I've seen that has come from.
There's a look at.
Well, I couldn't say Russia because he's from Lithuania.
Yeah.
So
now the coach of the New York Islanders, Al Arbour, the NHL all-time leader in regular season games coming into this year, 1,438 games. The previous record was held by Dick Irvin with 1,437.
I like what they say in the media guide of the Islanders. In his second term of coach, he carries longevity even with his second term for all of the coaches in the NHL. LaFontaine centering it out in front. Turgeon pokes it away.
Well, there was a little bit of knowledge on the part of Uwe Krupp on that particular play. He, of course, having played with Alexander Mogilny, was very much aware of what he was going to try to do, and a great play by Krupp.
Mogilny centering it from behind the net, picked up by Thomas, who works with Derek King. Turgeon also coming in. Big line. Thomas. Oh, Pupa with a big save.
What a marvelous breakout play, though, by the New York Islanders as Thomas led the rush down the left wing. He had Turgeon and King also going to the net. And look at the play that Darren Pupa makes on this particular rush. As the puck was put across in front of the net to Thomas, and Pupa picked it out of the air. That was a nice breakout play by the Islanders, though, as they just burst out of their own zone.
He needed a save like that. Take a look at Steve Thomas.
The only player in the National Hockey League born in England.
30 goals last year when you add the 2 that he scored with the Chicago Blackhawks. One of 5 Islander players who scored 30 or more goals. 2-0 lead tonight over the Buffalo Sabres. We haven't even approached the halfway mark. Stoppage in play. Tonight's referees Terry Gregson, linesman Ron Esselstein, and Lyle Seitz.
Malakoff scoring the first goal of tonight's game from Thomas, and Benoit Hogue with the second Islander goal from Flatley and Krupp. And the Sabres again find themselves down a couple of goals while on the road. That has also been plaguing them this season, getting behind early.
Swoboda top of the slot, working inside the Islanders' corner. Picked up, cleared along the boards. King. Covered by Kearney. And they'll try it from the right side. May tosses him into the boards. Loose puck picked up by Swoboda. Sweeney tips it across the Islander line. 2-0. Islanders leading it. Malakoff along the boards, picked up by Sweeney. Malakoff intercepts out to center. Thomas across the line. There's Turgeon, hits goal post. Rebound out in front by Turgeon. Malakoff keeping it in. King working it in front. Thomas takes a swack at it. Sweeney sets it up for Howard Chuck. Goes with a long drive. Blasts it back out. Gord Donnelly. A part of defense for the Sabres. Gray lost it to Berg. Pays the price. Big shot by Donnelly. And we're going to have a penalty coming up here against the Sabres. 2-0 our score. Islanders will be back on Fox 29.
Your good neighbors Chevrolet Geo dealers, proud sponsors of Sabres hockey, bring you the Chevy Truck Hat Trick. Chevy scores! 93 Chevy S10s, full-size pickups, S-Blazers, Astro vans. Chevy scores! This year's lineup will be tough to beat. Chevy scores! All with dealer discounts to make Chevy trucks the official vehicle of your home team. Chevy wins! Drive home a winner from your good neighbor Chevrolet Geo dealer. 1993 Chevy trucks, tougher than a slap shot.
Hi, this is Clip Smith with a question for you. Why are these Buffalo Bills fans going crazy? Because they just found out about the Buffalo Bills Report. You see, the Buffalo Bills Report is the only official publication of the Buffalo Bills. Important info straight from one Bills drive, straight from the Bills decision makers. Features like Marv Levy's As I See It and the AFC's report. Insight you can't get anywhere else. So if you're a true blue Bills fan, want to know about the Buffalo Bills, read Buffalo Bills Report. Subscribe today. All you have to do is call 648-9597.
Bob Corkum in the penalty box, 2 minutes for hooking. I thought the play was offside at the blue line, and so did the Buffalo bench as they were screaming at the officials, but the offside wasn't called and the penalty was.
Islanders get their first crack of the special teams situation. Sabres penalty killing at 81%. That's 10th overall in the league. Good at shutting down the Boston Bruins on Wednesday night. Malakoff skates it to center. Ferraro across the line with Hogue. Malakoff top of the slot. Norton had 3 points in Thursday night's loss. That attempt is foiled, and a quick change by the penalty killers of the Sabres. Wayne Presley out along with Randy Wood, Keith Kearney, and Doug Bodger. Turgeon working across the line, double teamed off the puck, and it's cleared by Bodger, who will be relieved now by Peter Swoboda.
That's what you have to do to Pierre Turgeon. You cannot play the puck when he comes down on you. The Sabres did it perfectly as they took the body.
Wayne Presley shorthanded. Healy with the save. Presley again out in front. Swoboda between the legs, shot wide, and we're going to have a stoppage in play here as Jeff Norton in pain to the left side of the Islander net.
Not sure exactly what happened to Norton. I understand he does have a shoulder problem and wears a harness, and you can see he is unhappy. I don't think anyone hit him, John. It looked like he just went down.
Being very sensitive, it might have popped out. Let's take a look at it, Jim.
There's Norton losing the puck behind the net. And he ended up just falling down to the ice in front. Here's this great scoring chance and the nice stop by the goaltender Healy. That was Norton there down on the ice. Maybe that's where it happened, as he fell down to try to block the shot and maybe landed right on his shoulder.
45 seconds left in the penalty to Corkum. 2-0 our score, Islanders. Krug will set it up from behind his net. Turgeon from left wing. King keeps it along the boards. Picked up by Swoboda, however. Patterson clears. He leads the way along with Dave Hannon and Keith Kearney and Swoboda. Malakoff and Hogue, the goal scorers for the Islanders here in the first period. Sabres have managed 3 shots. There's 4. Short-handed situation by Patterson.
Yeah, but notice how Malakoff got out of the way there, so the goaltender had a good look at that shot. We remember back to Madison Square Garden when Patterson used a defenseman as a screen and scored.
Good at scoring those short-handed goals. Sabres lead the NHL in short-handed goals. They don't need to worry about it right now as Corkum skates from the penalty box. 2-0 our score. Islanders will be back.
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, 2-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pounder with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
For new vehicle quality, Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup. That's a quote from J.D. Power and Associates, one of the most authoritative research companies in the automotive business. Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup, the highest initial quality in its class. Only Chevrolet. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
The Sabres annual Thanksgiving turkey shoot returns to the odd Saturday, November 21st after the Sabres North Stars game. The Sabres and Jubilee Foods will offer every fan in attendance a chance to step onto the ice after the game and take a shot at winning a free Thanksgiving turkey, courtesy of Jubilee Foods. That's the Sabres annual turkey shoot, November 21st after the North Stars game.
This is John Gertler along with Jim Lorenz from the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. The Islanders have a 2-0 lead in the second half of period number 1. They were successful at killing off this evening's first penalty, and in the corner there's a chance setting it up in front, backhand by Marois, and Pupa will hang on. Some extracurricular activity with Bob Sweeney. Daniel Marois creates a pushing and shove match. Also in there is Brian Mullen.
That was a pretty good right hand that Sweeney drilled Marois with. But that recent scoring chance by the Islanders resulted in their ability to move the puck easily out of their own end. And the Sabres have not been able to get in on the Islander defense consistently so far here in the opening period to generate some turnovers.
Terry Gregson indicating players who were guilty of roughing it up.
Well, I think you're going to
sit over in the box and cool down.
See only Sweeney going to the penalty box. Let's watch on the replay, but Sweeney drilled a pretty good right hand into Marois' head as Pupa covered up, and the ruckus started to the left of the Buffalo net. A roughing penalty to Sweeney. And the Islanders leading at 2-0, try on the power play. Goals by Malakoff and Benoit Hogue. One thing that has happened here in this period, just the way the rotation has worked, the LaFontaine line hasn't been on the ice very much. Just they were due to come out, but the Sabres taking a penalty, and now they're not able to get the best or one of the best offensive lines in the NHL in the ice time here so far.
Second power play attempt for the Islanders. Came into this evening's game rated 16th with a 19.6 conversion rate. Turgeon, who works the point into the corner to Thomas, picked up by Schmeling. Oh, he is blasted, and the loose puck picked up by King as he works with Thomas. Turgeon, nifty move, skating in, loose puck turned aside. Thomas retrieves for the Islanders. Second power play tonight. Norton coming in for the left point. Thomas couldn't hang on, and the Islanders are forced to regroup back out at center. 1:23 left in the penalty to Sweeney. King from the slot. Turgeon at left. In the front to Thomas. Low shot in front. King forced along the boards by Bodger. Dug out by King. And Vladimir Malakoff caught for offside. So the ever so patient Al Arbour, along with his assistant Lauren Henning, try to get this team refueled from the offensive side.
He was a coach of that Islander dynasty beginning in 1980. 4 consecutive Stanley Cups for Al Arbour and the New York Islanders. He's 60 years old. Looks great, doesn't he? There they are.
More Stanley Cup banners. They're still trying to drive for 5, and it's taken them 5 just to get back to where they are right now. Not only a new look at the team, but new management, new ownership, newfound attitude. John Pickett, the former owner, said he lost touch with the island community. I would say so. He didn't even live here. In fact, he hadn't been to an Islander game in 3 years. Talk about losing touch.
Ray Ferraro is going to the penalty box, 2 minutes for tripping. 41 seconds left in Sweeney's penalty, and we'll have a brief 4-on-4. Here's the play. Ferraro trips up Swoboda. He tried to get away with it, but Gregson was in the vicinity and sent him to the penalty box.
We'll see how the Sabres can move the puck on a 4-on-4 situation. League-wide, it has been pretty exciting. And then when 41 seconds expires, the Sabres will jump on their red-hot power play situation.
Well, that's why LaFontaine and McGillney aren't out there now. They want to get them on the ice when they have the man advantage.
Wood across the line, going in front. Healy turning it aside. Mullen lost control of it. Picks it back up. Wood keeps it in. Well, stolen by Mullen again. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Sweeney. 2-0 our score, Islanders. Svoboda, who missed 4 games with a knee injury, is back into full swing. Good game last night. Wood's backhand blocked off the stick of Kasparaitis. Well, the Sabres on the power play, and out from the bench skates LaFontaine, McGillney, and Andrechuk. Third-rated power play in the league as McGillney leaves it idle. Slot. Andrechuk shot just to the left side. LaChance couldn't hang on to it. Dave Andrechuk to Howard-Chuck. Bodger. Howard-Chuck setting it up to Bodger in the slot. Over to LaFontaine. Back to Bodger. To Howard-Chuck. Time ticking down. LaFontaine lets it go. Healy with the save. 33 seconds left in the Sabres' opportunity. Loose puck in front. LaFontaine tries to stuff it in. Can't do it. Big traffic jam in front. Howard-Chuck's shot intended for Andrechuk. LaChance tips it to Berg, and out the center the Islanders come. Fitzgerald and Berg work it inside the Sabres zone. 13 seconds left in the penalty to Ferraro. 2-0 Islanders. Andrechuk labeled it inside the Islanders zone and immediately turned back down behind the net, where Pupa sets it up for Schmeling. Islanders back to full strength. Sweeney backhands it in. Norton, who seems to be okay. For Ferraro. Rink wide pass to Flatley to Benoit Hogue. The backhand, Pupa with the save. Schmeling up it on the board. Hannon checked out of the play by Ferraro. Hogue from behind. Setting it up. Fitzgerald shot. Rebound. Another save by Flatley. And Pupa stops 2 big attempts by the Islanders. 4:35 left in the first. 2-0 Islanders. We'll be back.
At the end of the first period, the Islanders will be presenting the
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, 2-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pounder with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
Your good neighbors Chevrolet Geo dealers, proud sponsors of Sabres hockey, bring you the Chevy Truck Hat Trick. Chevy scores! 93 Chevy S10s, full-size pickups, S-Blazers, Astro Vans. Chevy scores! This year's lineup will be tough to beat. Chevy scores! All with dealer discounts to make Chevy trucks the official vehicle of your home team. Chevy wins! Drive home a winner from your good neighbor Chevrolet Geo dealer. 1993 Chevy trucks, tougher than a slap shot.
Pierre Turgeon lines up for the face-off, the left side of the Sabres net. Alakov living low shot fly. Pupa getting a piece of that one. Carney clears to the line to Sweeney. Sweeney back to Carney. Pass intended for May. Thomas. Alakov working along the boards. Stopped by Carney from the right point. Low shot in front. Oh, Dale Howard-Chuck is hit by the puck, and he is down. Oh, boy, that hit him square in the head.
It sure did. That puck was deflected, and Howard-Chuck was cruising in front of the net.
Oh, dear.
And he took it right on.
Oh, a flying shot and just square to Dale Howard-Chuck. Jim Pizzatelli immediately there, right in front of the Islanders bench. or checked at the net.
2-0 Islanders here in the opening period. We had a shot of John Muckler just moments ago. He was concerned, as you see, Jim Pizzatelli attending to Dale Howardchuk. John Muckler was concerned about the work ethic of his team on the road. And again, that has plagued the Sabres here tonight. The Islanders have outworked Buffalo here in this opening 20 minutes, and that's why they're leading 2-0.
Big blow for the Sabres. Howardchuk with 5 points last night, a goal and 4 assists. Hobbled already with a bad ankle, and this shot, Jim, just...
There's the shot that's
right
just
there.
deflected in front of the net, off the Islander stick, and then off the head of Dale Howardchuk. And we'll try to get a report as soon as possible on the status of Howardchuk.
4:14 remaining here in period number 1. Not a good day for Dale Howardchuk. Took all his power to get over to the arena this morning. Couldn't put his skates on. They took him for x-rays to check that left ankle. Now it proved negative.
John Muckler is going to have to juggle his lines again without the services of Howardchuk. Right now he has the LaFontaine, Mogilny, Andrechuk line on the ice. And the Islanders are making a change also as they send out Flatley, Ferraro. And let's see who's going to play the left wing. Benoit Hogue. Now they've tried to get this Ferraro, Hogue, Flatley line against the LaFontaine line early in the game.
We'll probably see Pat LaFontaine playing on a couple of lines this evening. He'll get a lot of work tonight. Back to action with Carney at his own line, working with Svoboda. Krupp holding the Sabres right at the Islanders line, forcing the play. Back behind the net now is Svoboda. It's the mobility of the Sabres defense. They missed him dearly in the 4 games that he sat out. Not back at 100% until actually Wednesday night in their big victory over the Boston Bruins. Mogilny from the slot, taking a shot. Healy with the save. Rebound, Andrechuk. We're going to have a penalty coming up against the Islanders. Find out where that infraction might be. It'll go against Pat Flatley.
You know, again, when Mogilny carries that puck, everyone retreats, and the Islanders backed right in. Mogilny had a point-blank shot, and Andrechuk got the rebound and paid the price on it. Now look at the Islanders back in as Mogilny cuts to the middle. Here's the shot and the rebound for Andrechuk, and he is tackled by Flatley, and Flatley sent to the penalty box. A hard wrist shot by Mogilny. And we talked about Andrechuk earlier getting position to fire the puck into the net on the rebound, and there was another example of what Andrechuk does as well as anyone in the league.
Beg your pardon, it is Ray Ferraro.
Okay, I thought Flatley was...
He looked like the guilty one.
I think he was.
We zeroed the camera in on him. He looked guilty. Svoboda and Bodger work it. Second power play opportunity for the Sabres. Bodger from the top of the slot. Pat LaFontaine. Andrechuk for the shot. Really making the save. Get up from the corner. Svoboda can't keep it in. Across the line is LaFontaine, getting the boos from former hometown fans. Bodger, as intended for Svoboda, picked up and cleared by Berg. Sabres 27.4% on the power play effective rate. 5 for 9 on Wednesday and 3 for 7 last night. Really clipping it. But the Islanders doing a good job here with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in this first period. Holding on to a 2-0 lead. LaFontaine with a couple of assists last night. His current streak at 4 games with 9 points. Second overall, tied with Yari Curry of the Los Angeles Kings for the scoring race. 11 goals, 28 assists for 39 points. Asked him about his second return here to the island. Remember last year, his first return was in March. Got a round of boos. You might hear in the background some more boos, but they're not as heavy as they were in March. And he said, hey, no love lost. Still got a lot of friends here. Most of his family, however, including Mary Beth's family in Buffalo. Weekend's festivity, the christening of their baby daughter. Mogilny from the left side of the Islanders' net. Working it out in front. Pass intended for Andrichuk, and that is cleared by Hogue. 40 seconds left in the penalty to Ferraro. Islanders leading it by a score of 2-0. Malakoff and Hogue scoring. Fitzgerald carries to the line. Bodger works it back out. Andrichuk, Mogilny, LaFontaine remain out there. Try to connect to the power play. Low shot by Boucher. Rebound to Andrichuk. To Bodger with a shot blocked in front. Andrichuk getting the rebound, working it behind the net to Mogilny. Trying to work the puck in front. LaFontaine pulls down and play continues. Boucher keeps it in from the right point. 10 seconds left. Power play opportunity. Well, the Islanders back to full strength as Berg works it to Ferraro. Back over to Krupp, who skates it in front to Fitzgerald. Hoppa got a piece of that one. Point blank shot by Fitzgerald. Working it along the boards. Berg digging it out, centering it in front. Sweeney clears it to Bodger. Now Andrichuk backhands it high, and it gets wrapped up into the scoreboard, so it stops things with 1 minute remaining here in this first period. Sabres won 5-2 on the road. Last victory coming a long time ago, last month. Ferraro, who skated from the penalty box, set it up nicely. Watch Krupp get it right there in front, and Fitzgerald right in front of Pupa, who stretches out that 6 feet there to hold at 14th Islander attempt. Schmelik and Carney work it to the line. Sweeney, Presley, and Wood up front. Sweeney, Wood, and Malakoff go into the board. Steve Thomas skates it to his own line, working with Turgeon and King. Turgeon from the slot, couldn't hang on. Presley works it back out on the boards to Schmelik. King at the line, back out to center. 28 seconds remaining in this first period. Islanders struck first, and they did quickly. And followed it up with a goal by Benoit Hogue. That's where we're going to stand after the first period of play. And we're going to have a penalty coming up here. It's the Islanders. The shot just goes to the right side. 10 seconds left, and a high sticking call. Go against Steve Thomas.
Islanders penalty, number 32, Steve Thomas, 2 minutes for high sticking.
The Sabres would like nothing more to capitalize on the 10 seconds remaining with a man advantage, and more importantly, the face-off down in the Islanders' corner. Let's take a look at it. Kasparaitis wearing number 11. Now watch his stick gets up as well. Thomas somewhere coming into your screen from the high sticking call. That might have been away from the play. Sabres' third attempt in the power play situation. It's Corkum who is tripped up. Watch Corkum's stick get up on Kasparaitis. A little welcome slap to the NHL. Andrichuk centering, winged by Mogilny and LaFontaine. Swoboda and Boucher will work the points. Scramble for the draw. Boucher working it back to LaFontaine. 6 seconds left. Low shot in front. LaFontaine looking for the rebound. Krupp clearing along the boards. Swoboda let a shot go, but right at the buzzer. And the Islanders skate to their dressing room with a 2-0 lead. And a margin of shots in favor of the Islanders, 15-12. Jim Lorenz is coming up next with Pierre Turgeon. Stick with us as our coverage continues tonight from the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York on Fox 29.
Care for a donut, Tom?
No, thanks. I'm stuffed.
Very funny. Look, it's almost Thanksgiving, and we're turkeys, right?
Relax. Nobody's going home for any big dinners this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, how many Greyhound buses you seen?
353.
What?
People are going from Buffalo to New York for $50 or to Syracuse for just 16 bucks.
You're kidding.
I wish. Greyhound has low fares all across the country.
I got it.
What?
Let's be bald eagles.
I think I smell cranberries.
Don't miss brand name's fall sale. Here's to a healthy new year with a deluxe juice extractor by Hamilton Beach. This powerful and convenient unit has a 22-ounce container on sale for $29.97. Create curly and spiral French fries using the Tater Twister by Presto. It makes fries in seconds with 2 cutting discs. On sale for $24.99 or choose the Pro Tater Twister model for $34.97.
Bring brand names home for the holiday.
Group practice really provides a chance to do better medicine. I like working at healthcare plan. I like working with the doctors, the pharmacists, the nurses. There's a great atmosphere with a common goal to work together to provide the best care that we can give. I really like taking care of people. I know a healthcare plan provides the kind of services and support that allows me to practice the best medicine I know how.
That's Jordan. That's Jordan.
Your favorite hits, your favorite artists, super ladies of the 90s.
Vanessa Williams.
Salt and Pepper. The hottest female artist of the decade.
CeCe Peniston.
Super ladies of the 90s from Polytel on cassette and compact disc in stores now.
Very impressive opening period here at the Nassau County Coliseum. The Islanders with a 2-0 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. And, of course, we're joined by Pierre Turgeon. Pierre, your team is struggling. You've lost 5 games in a row, but you wouldn't know it by the way you played in that opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think the last 5 games, like you said, we had a tough time, and we couldn't really have something going. And, I mean, some night it was the defenseman, some night it was the forward. You know, we didn't, sometimes it was the goalies. But, I mean, right now, we're first 20, we're playing well. We've got to keep going, and, I mean, the Sabres are a good team, so we've got to be careful with them.
As far as yourself, though, Pierre, you're off to another excellent start, the leading scorer for the New York Islanders. You must be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I mean, there's still a lot of game left, and we got to think about those games coming up, but I'm really happy so far. But, like I said, it's a long season, so we got to keep going.
Not only, of course, did your life change when you were moved from the Buffalo Sabres to the New York Islanders, but you've had some other changes in your life.
Yeah, 2 little babies, 2 little girls, and I mean, they're 3 months and a half right now, and I can tell you it changed a big, it changed your life, that's for sure. And but everything's going well, and like you said, it's a big change for us.
Is it a big adjustment too, Pierre, to the New York area? Of course, when we think about New York, the Rangers and the Islanders, we talk about people and a lot of traffic.
Yeah, but the first time, I heard New York City, I mean, New York, I mean, you just think about the city, and
yeah.
New York City, there's a lot of traffic. But here on Long Island, there's still a lot of traffic, but it's not as bad as New York City. There's a big difference.
And the fans are avid fans in this area?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're good fans, and right now this year, we got more fans, so hopefully it's got to keep going and have more and more for the rest of the season.
Let's talk for a moment about Al Arbour, of course, one of the great all-time NHL coaches. Your impressions of Al as a coach?
Well, he knows the game. That's why he's been so long around, and we know it. And he won 4 Stanley Cup in a row. So he's the kind of coach. He's really hoping with the guys, and talks a lot, and he doesn't treat anybody differently.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is the same, and that's important for a team to keep the team together.
Of course, a lot of new players coming in too, and we've talking about this with the Soviet players coming in about how difficult it is to communicate sometimes, and I'm sure you can relate to that too. When you first came into the league.
Yeah, it was the same thing, and like you said, we got 2 rush off for us, and it's tough for them right now, but it's going to take a few months, and they're going to get better and better.
What about the Buffalo Sabres, Pierre? Your game plan coming into tonight? You know they're a high-scoring club. What are you trying to do to throw their game off?
Well, we know they got a good line for sure, and you got to be careful with that line. And when you get power plays, they're pretty good, successful in the power play. So we got to make sure those areas we got to stay out of the box and play well. When we have to kill the penalty, we got to kill it and play well because they got a good power play.
Pierre, thanks so much for joining us. I know the hockey fans around Buffalo are happy to see you and happy to see that you're doing well.
Thank you. Thanks.
Pierre Turgeon, our guest here after 1 period of play. It's 2-0 Islanders. We'll be back with more as our first intermission continues from Long Island.
This portion of our intermission is brought to you by Gibraltar Industrial Services, riggers and millwrights. For all your local machinery installation and relocation needs, put Gibraltar on your bid list. Gibraltar Industrial, professionals with integrity.
If you want the best there is, you go to a specialist, someone who knows the field, knows your needs. Now, if you're shopping for a minivan, you want the specialist at the Dodge Minivan store. They know more about minivans because Caravan is America's bestseller, outselling all other minivans. And because there are so many Caravan styles to choose from, just tell the specialist your needs. They'll do the rest.
See your Team Dodge dealer and get the advantage. Advantage Dodge.
I could feel a difference the first time I showered.
My skin feels clean, smooth, not rough.
My skin feels really soft. What was it? What was I using?
What is it?
Introducing a whole new way to take care of your skin.
Well, what is it?
New Ivory.
Ivory? You mean it's ivory?
This is not the same Ivory. Unlike soap, New Ivory helps your skin keep its natural moisture. Feel the difference the first time you use it.
There was definitely a difference the first time.
There's really a difference.
Definitely a difference.
And it's ivory, so I know it's safe for my whole family.
New Ivory. Feel the difference the first time.
You know, I love feeling this soft.
He protects all living things in the forest, but he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. I never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Okay, let's do it.
Buffalo. Sabres. Hockey.
I love the freewheel and skate. Freewheel and skate.
You talk about quickness and speed. Watch this. O'Gildy.
For all the action, call or stop by the Sabres ticket office or any Ticketmaster location. The Buffalo Sabres. Relentless, explosive, tough, determined.
Welcome back, everybody, to Uniondale, New York. Let us take a look at the first period scoring summary. The Islanders wasted little time at the 1:24 mark. Vladimir Malakhov scores his 5th goal of the season from Thomas even strength, and then at 5:22, Benoit Hogue with his 7th. And the Islanders lead it by a score of 2-0, and in shots, 15-12. A lot of games tonight in the National Hockey League, and a game that was played this afternoon, the first of such this season. The Minnesota North Stars scored 3 quick ones in the first period of play to defeat the Chicago Blackhawks 3-0. Washington leads New Jersey 1-0 in the first period of play as the Caps try to improve their position in the Patrick Division. Second place, Boston Bruins beating the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight in Boston. The score is tied at 1. Quebec and the Rangers tied at 2. Detroit, no score at Hartford. Philadelphia and Montreal scoreless after first period of play. Calgary and Tampa Bay scoreless after the first. And some late starts. 8:30 in St. Louis with Winnipeg. 10:40 with Edmonton and Los Angeles. And Vancouver meets San Jose tonight at 10:40. Now it is time for the collision of the game, which is brought to you by Karuba Collision. Karuba always supplies a courtesy car. Take a look at Randy Wood. Knock him the oats and about him, oats.
my brakes started grinding, I was really worried about how much it would cost to fix them.
Our basic brake service is only $69 or $79 per axle. Midas, because your brakes can't wait.
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, two-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pound with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
This is the month. These are the trucks. And this is the deal. It's Ford Truck Month, and we've got some deals for you. Get a slick new, fully redesigned 93 Ford Ranger, now with $500 cash back on a purchase or lease. Plus, get 5.9 APR financing and $500 cash back on a new F-150. Ford Truck Month ends November 30th. See your Western New York or Northern Pennsylvania Ford dealer today. It's time to enjoy driving again.
Welcome back to our studio here on Long Island. Jim Lorenza, along with our goals to show you from that opening 20 minutes of play. And boy, the Sabres dearly would have loved to get on the board first. They have been having their troubles on the road. They had a great scoring chance in the first minute of play as Alexander Mogilny skated in alone on Healy, but the New York Islander goaltender made an outstanding save. And then just a little while after that, the Islanders put the first one in. Vladimir Malakhov, and the book on him, or at least one of his biggest assets, is his shot, and he rips this one from about 45, 50 feet. A screen set up in front of the goaltender, Darren Pupa, and it flies into the net. But what was really impressive about this goal was Malakhov, watch him take absolutely every second of time on this and use every inch of ice. Now look at this. He keeps moving in, and as soon as he's being challenged, as he sees a stick coming to check the puck away from him, he lets fly, and that not only was a hard shot, but it gave his teammates time to position themselves in front of the Buffalo net and certainly screen the goaltender and perhaps distract Darren Pupa, and the Islanders went ahead 1-0. That was Malakhov's 5th goal of the season. Then Benoit Hogue scored to make it 2-0, his 7th of the year, and this was a play after Pupa made the initial save. The puck came in front of the net. Benoit Hogue happened to be cruising around. The puck jumped up in the air, and he drilled it by Pupa, who just had no chance to react on this at all. Here comes the puck. Look at it bouncing around, and I think that Hogue may even have picked that right out of midair. You can see Darren, the Buffalo goaltender, back in the net. He was not prepared for that shot, and the puck beat him on the stick side, and the New York Islanders went ahead by 2-0 as Hogue quickly jumped on that loose puck. Now, Benoit Hogue, of course, one of his big assets is his skating. He's had a pretty good period in that opening 20 minutes of getting on the Buffalo defense. They're going to have to perhaps try to run some interference with Benoit Hogue. It's 2-0 Islanders after 1 period of play. We'll be back for the 2nd period after these messages.
Getting into a new 93 Volkswagen Fox can be accomplished with remarkable ease, in part because of this word. It means you can lease this Wolfsburg Edition Fox for $0 down, $149 a month, complete with air, AM/FM stereo, rear defrost, power brakes, and more, all of which translates into one of the most affordable German-engineered cars around. Experience Fahrvergnügen only in a Volkswagen by leasing a Fox for $0 down, $149 a month at your Tri-State Volkswagen dealer.
Don't miss brand name's fall sale. 45 self-sharpening blades provide the close shave you need with Norelco's Cord Razor. A fast, quiet shave for only $39.99. Or choose the 8-hour rechargeable for $49.99. Spruce up your holiday snapshots with a 35mm autofocus camera by Polaroid. Comes with program film speed settings, easy film loading, and auto flash. Kit includes batteries and films, all for $44.97.
Bring brand names home for the holidays.
Sabres Hockey on Fox 29 is brought to you by the Western New York Buick dealers. Stop in and see why in Western New York and all over America, Buick quality is leading the way. Stroh's and Stroh's Light. It's not just any beer, it's Stroh's. Burger King, where you can get it your way right away at Burger King now. And by the Buffalo Bills Report, the official publication of the Buffalo Bills. To subscribe, call 648-9597. This is the Jim Doyle Ford Power Play Period. If the Sabres score a power play goal when your name is chosen, you win a free oil change from Jim Doyle Ford. Contestants are chosen randomly.
Immediately following our Sabres coverage tonight, police must deal with a rash of drive-by shootings. It's real life on the streets for cops. Then later, join us for the special musical experience of Genesis. That's all tonight after the game here on Fox 29. And we welcome our viewers back. John Gertler along with Jim Lorenz from the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, where the Islanders struck strong in the first part of period number 1. Sergei Malakhov with his first, or check that, his 5th of the season at 124. Benoit Hogue with his 7th at 523. That's where we stand. 2-0 Islanders after one period of play. Again, shots on goal 15-12 in favor of the Islanders. And the Sabres will start with a man advantage, and we'll have that opportunity for 1 minute and 49 seconds upon this opening face-off of period number 2. You will see a lot of Pat LaFontaine tonight. And we will have an updated status for you on the condition of Dale Hawerchuk, who is hit square in the face by a flying puck in period number 1. Here we go for period 2. Clean draw won by LaFontaine. Svoboda works it to Bodger out at center. Stopped at the line by Krupp and returned back down. Important positioning game for the Sabres, especially in the Adams division. The Sabres with 18 points. An opportunity tonight to stay close to Boston Bruins and Quebec Nordiques, who are hovering at 20. Toronto has taken a 2-1 lead over the Bruins as we speak. Bodger block shot by Berg. Rebound along the boards. Berg finds an opening and clears it for the Islanders. 1:10 left in the power play opportunity for the Sabres. Such this evening. Andrechuk, 4 goals last night. Working it. Svoboda skates into the play. Andrechuk letting a shot go, and Healy got a piece of it. Not only with that, off his stick, it goes to the second level here at the Coliseum. Andrechuk with 12 power play goals, of course the leader in the NHL in that statistic. Nice setup by Svoboda, and Andrechuk wastes little time letting that shot go. Healy getting a piece of it there in the upper portion of your screen as it flies over the glass and into the second level here at the Coliseum. Face off the left side. The Islanders net. Draw forced into the corner. Elon works it along the glass. Stopped to the right point by Svoboda. Worked by Andrechuk. Back to Svoboda. Bodger, top of the slot. LaFontaine in front. Mogilny, but Healy robs it.
An outstanding save by Glenn Healy. That's the second time that he has been spectacular against Mogilny. But watch the play, though. Actually, LaFontaine could have moved into the net. But Alex just shot the puck along the ice, and Healy, who was moving across, gloved it.
Sabres worked that play so nicely, Jim.
Just talked to Jim Pizzatelli, too, before coming up here. Dale Hawerchuk was struck in the nose. He has a broken nose, and he may return tonight.
Wow. Svoboda from the slot. Bodger working it to LaFontaine. Back to Bodger, letting the shot go. Blocked off the stick of Berg. Hit by Andrechuk. Gloved by Healy. And it's turned right at the goal line by a host of Islanders. 22 seconds left in the penalty. And again, the puck flying over the glass, and this time to the last row of the first level.
That was Huey Krupp doing a bit of goaltending after Healy had problems with the puck, and the puck bounced around in the goal crease. Andrechuk jumping on that loose puck in front of the net, and here goes the puck flipping around, and Krupp coming in to stop the puck from going across the goal line. But again, the Sabres continue to press here on this power play. 18 seconds remaining in the penalty to Thomas.
Just inside the Islander line, Dave Hannon along with Randy Wood and Presley jam for it. That traffic portion is picked up by Berg and cleared back down to the doorstep of Buffalo. Thomas ready to come out of the penalty box. The Islanders are back to full strength. Wood skating in, left side of Healy. Former Islander. Hannon to the slot to Schmelik. Letting a shot go. Right there is Healy again at the goal line. There's a shot by Presley. He scores! Wayne Presley. If you don't hit it the first time, try the second. And Presley converts for the Sabres an even strength goal. It's 2-1 Islanders.
And Wayne Presley really drills his shot into the net and went in and came out almost as quickly. A beautiful shot by Presley. Schmelik had moved in from the point. Healy thought this one had gone in. Somehow he managed to make the save, but he doesn't get away with the next one. A nice pinch at the blue line, and look at that puck flipping around and go into the top corner. The Sabres on the board. Islanders leading at 2-1 now.
Presley with his fourth of the season.
There was a couple of good plays on that, though. Schmelik moving right into the slot area, and then another good pinch on the far slot to keep the far point to keep the puck in.
Roger doing a nice job. Obviously will be credited with an assist. Sabres dabbling back down in the Islanders zone, but Thomas is quick to get it out to center and across the Sabres line. Thomas shot wide over the glass now and into the crowd, stopping things with 17 minutes and 16 seconds of period two. 2-1 Islanders.
After tonight's game, the New York Islanders begin a 5-game road trip. As we look at Presley, who scored that goal for the Buffalo Sabres. And again, Buffalo expecting more offense out of Presley this year. He scores his fourth. Bodger picks up the assist. Presley, 5 years in Chicago, recorded 32 goals one season for the Blackhawks, along with 29 assists.
Shot of the coaching trio for the Sabres. Don Muckler, John Tortorella, and Don Lever. Sabres get on the scoreboard at the 2:11 mark of this second period. 2-1 our score. Patterson in front to Ray with a shot. Healy coming up with a shoulder save. Breaking out the center. Arnie McGinnis across the line, but the Islanders are caught for offsides.
Buffalo here in the second period, certainly more alert than the Islanders. There's Daniel Marois, still looking for his first goal of the season for New York. But this is a bad giveaway by New York, and nice anticipation by Buffalo. Rob Ray with a great scoring chance, and look at Healy, though, in perfect position to make the save, as Ray did the right thing. He didn't handle it, let it go immediately, and another fine stop by Healy. He has been very impressive here tonight. Buffalo now with 17 shots on goal, and the Islanders 15.
Islanders yet to get anything going here in period number 2, as Svoboda skates to center, and that line of Patterson, Portman, Ray remain. Nick Ducota on with Fitzgerald and Berg into the Sabres zone, but turning it aside. Svoboda clearing it back out to center ice. Wayne Presley has scored for the Sabres, his fourth of the season at 2:11 of this second period. Berg works with Fitzgerald, and Puka couldn't hang on. Islanders take a 3-2 lead as Tom Fitzgerald strikes for the Islanders.
Now Darren Pupa moves across the net. He's there in time for the shot, but it goes between his pads, and he was upset with himself. I'm certain he's thinking that he should have been able to make the save on this. Now watch Pupa move across. He's in position, but there's an opening between his legs, and that's where the shot goes.
Looks like we might have a goaltender change, Jim Lorenz, as Dominik Hasek works his way out of the Sabres bench. And after 17 Islander shots, 3 goals, we're definitely going to have a cool down time for Darren Pupa. Whether that will last the entire game or not remains to be seen. Dominik Hasek, who made 19 saves last night in the Sabres' 8-2 victory over the Hartford Whalers, will be coming in to replace Darren Pupa.
Tom Fitzgerald scores his first goal of the season against Pupa, and the Islanders again with a 2-goal lead.
The second
Hasek
shot
comes in. Berg and Pilon pick up the assists on Fitzgerald's goal.
Dominik Hasek, 3.47 goals against average. Record 3-2, and again the third victory for Dominik last night in Buffalo.
John Muckler didn't hesitate. Boy, he took Pupa immediately out of the net after that goal, and as John was mentioning, sometimes a coach will do that to sit the goalie down for 4 or 5 minutes so he's able to collect himself, and then they'll maybe put him back in, but we'll have to wait.
One of the weaknesses of the Sabres, especially on the road, is goaltending, and it's been a concern. Well, it's Muckler, but with Meehan as well. One of the reasons why they're still carrying 3 goaltenders. Tom Draper still in the picture.
Well, that really hurts when you get yourself back in the game. You get a good start to the period, and then the opposition comes down and drills one between the goalie's legs. It really hurts a hockey team.
Hasek has replaced Pupa. We're in the second period. It is 3-2 Islanders. LaFontaine works with Mogilny, who turns on the speed backhand. Healy with the save. Rebound. LaFontaine. Healy with the save. Home. Back to Flatley, a drive. Stolen by Bodger. Cleared in. 15:49 left to play. Second period. 3-1. Islanders will be back.
What day is it today, Max?
Rosie? Rosie, you're just in time.
Yeah, problem is, Brady, we got a bad front rolling in.
Bad? What do you mean, bad?
I mean it's soup up here, Brady.
Soup.
Brady!
Yeah, but you can land, right?
Ah, negative. Best I can do is make a pass. Drop one thing.
One.
What's it gonna be, Brady? Brady!
There are some things in life people that do just about anything for. Smooth, refreshing Stroh's. It's not just any beer.
Catch you next time, Brady.
It's Stroh's.
Any requests?
Pretzels.
Tired of the same old lunch? Stop in at Bagel Brothers Bakery and Deli. Buffalo's best New York deli sandwiches piled high on a fresh bagel or rye. Bagel Brothers is the place.
Got a shot at Darren Pupa on the bench. If you just joined us or were away from the first period of play, the Sabres jumped on the scoreboard with a score by Wayne Presley, and then the Islanders came back to take a 3-1 lead. Tom Fitzgerald's goal. And at that point, John Muckler pulled Darren Pupa out of that. Dominik Hasek in. We'll start things from the left side of the Sabres net. On the draw is Richard Schmeling. On the boards, Sabres goal scorer tonight, Wayne Presley. Wood from the corner. That is cleared by Daniel Miroir. Philippe Boucher and Richard Smellick work it out to center. Wood. Presley and Hannon. Wood shot just to the right side of the Islanders' net. 3-1 our score. Islanders here in the second period of play. Hannon along the boards as well as Wood. Smellick trying to keep it in. Daniel Miroir breaking out. 3-on-1 situation for the Islanders. There's a shot labeled on strong by Kasparaitis, who came in on the play. Presley at his own line to Wood. Lose a hip check by Mullen. Islanders cut for offsides as Miroir turned on the speed.
Now Gregson over talking to the Buffalo coaching staff. John Muckler in the middle. That's Lever on the right and John Tortorella on the left. And I think he was telling them to watch your changes as Sabres almost got caught with too many men on the ice. But here's a 3-on-1 break by the New York Islanders. And look it, you're in the National Hockey League. You can't go on a 3-on-1 and put the pass into the winger skates. That was an absolutely terrible play by New York. And they ended up with a shot on goal, but it was from a bad angle. It should have been much better than that.
Svoboda immediately from the draw into the Islanders zone. Back to Dudley with a shot that blisters to the right side. Svoboda again, this time for the left point. That was blocked. Gary King works it. Intercepted by May. Huon takes him off the puck. King to Thomas. Back to the line. Saved by Donnelly, but not according to linesman Lyle Seitz. They'll call the Sabres for offsides.
Pat LaFontaine playing center here with Bob Sweeney and Brad May. Of course, Dale Howardchuk, after being struck in the nose, suffered a broken nose in the first period and has not returned. And so LaFontaine will see extra duty.
Going against Pierre Turgeon. Two players that changed sides a little over a year ago. Conley along the lines, putting it down to the corner. LaFontaine immediately there, setting it up for May, who was checked off the puck by Pilon. King works it along with Thomas. Scoring line out for the Islanders. They lead it 3-1. Lead pass intended for Turgeon. Shoveled by Thomas at the line. King works it from the boards. Back to Turgeon, left side of the net. Turgeon with the backhand. Blocked in front. LaFontaine and Thomas go crashing into the boards. Struck out by Turgeon, who is checked by LaFontaine. Thomas pass set up for, or intended for Uwe Krupp, but is cleared by May. Rink wide over to Sweeney. Labels a shot to the left side of Healy. Thomas.
Well, that was really a good play, though, by Brad May to move the puck out of his own zone, just keeping his head and making an excellent rink-wide pass to Sweeney.
Roger, a good check on to Thomas. With a long shot by May, gloved by Healy. 3-1 our score. Islanders. Tom Fitzgerald, who scored the third Islander goal, skating in. Setting it up in front. Intended for Berg. Turned aside by Hashi. Checking going on here now. Both teams. Burkham lets a low shot fly. Rebound. Patterson took a swipe at it. Couldn't get the full lumber on the puck. Need some good action here, Jim.
Yeah, lots of action at both ends of the rink, and some outstanding goaltending certainly by Healy. And Hasek, since relieving Pupa, has made a couple of big saves.
Richard Smellick lost the puck to Ferraro. From the slot is Corkum. Patterson along with Andrechuk, and the Sabres got for offsides. 12 minutes, 26 seconds left to play. Second period, 3-1 Islanders. We will return tonight on Fox 29.
Hi, this is Clip Smith with a question for you. Why are these Buffalo Bills fans going crazy? Because they just found out about the Buffalo Bills Report. You see, the Buffalo Bills Report is the only official publication of the Buffalo Bills. Important info straight from one Bills drive, straight from the Bills decision makers. Features like Marv Levy's As I See It and the AFC East Report. Insight you can't get anywhere else. So if you're a true blue Bills fan, want to know about the Buffalo Bills, read Buffalo Bills Report. Subscribe today. All you have to do is call 648-9597.
My husband and I are on a fixed income, and we didn't want big bills and big maintenance, but we did want a nice, big, smooth ride. So we went for the Century, and we're very happy with it.
All over America, Buick quality is leading the way.
If you're looking for quality, value, and style, your Western New York Buick dealers say welcome home.
Buick is leading the way.
Somebody celebrating a birthday today. This date in Sabres history, November 14th, 1952. Assistant coach Don Lever was born in South Porcupine, Ontario. Lever played 15 years in a distinguished NHL career. I thought he was a lot older than that, too.
So did I.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Don Lever.
I thought he was born back in the 40s.
Profile shot. Put his time in the Rochester Americans, not only as a player, but as a coach after his career ended.
Now, here's an interesting move now. LaChance and Louis Krupp come on the ice to play against LaFontaine. As soon as LaFontaine came out there, that defense pairing, and oftentimes that's what a coach will do, not only play a certain line against a forward line, but also a pair of defensemen. And sometimes if you can't get the 3 forwards you want against a line, you can at least get the defensemen against them.
Ferraro from the corner, trying to set it up in front for Flatley. That is broken up. Andrechuk has to dig it out of his own corner. Mogilny with a running puck out to center, skating it now across the Islander line. Lead pass intended for LaFontaine, covered by Krupp. Puck is cleared back out to center by LaChance. A very strong training camp, and according to Al Arbor, will be a fine NHL player for a long, long time. LaFontaine centering it right in front. Budger with a wrist shot. Glove, rebound, Andrechuk. He's taken down by Ferraro. And now we're going to have a penalty as Ferraro and Andrechuk, a little pushing and shoving. Ferraro just camped out on top of Andrechuk. So Terry Gregson will issue the penalty, the third penalty tonight on Ray Ferraro.
Now, Ferraro figures he can talk better with his mouthpiece out. He spit it into his glove and gave Gregson a piece of his mind. And Andrechuk ended up with that rebound again, and Ferraro eventually took a penalty. There's a shot by Bodger that Healy has a problem with. And here's where Andrechuk is knocked down to the ice. And the penalty, 2 minutes for holding, goes to Ferraro.
6 minutes tonight for Ray Ferraro. 40 goal scorer, not only last year, but a couple of seasons ago with the Hartford Whalers, and that puts the cringe on Al Arbor as the Sabres look to connect on their very strong power play lineup.
Talk about
the guy tonight.
Talk about an NHL defenseman who could block shots. Al Arbor, his nickname is Radar. He could just sense where the shots were coming from, fall down and block them. He was great.
Sweeney in a collision along the boards here to the near side. Low portion of your screen, and two players get up. See Sweeney and Bill Berg also apart there. Born in St. Catharines, makes his home in Toronto.
He was originally drafted by the New York Islanders as a defenseman, and then he was turned into a forward by Jimmy Roberts when he played in Springfield. Oh, he's another guy that can play a couple of positions, which is always valuable.
Bodger and Wood keep it into the Islanders zone. Now from the corner is Sweeney. Power play opportunity for the Sabres, and now he's going to have a penalty.
Now Randy Wood grabbed a hold of Rich Pilon. It wasn't much, but it was enough to have Gregson call it a penalty. That was a weak one.
So cancel out the power play opportunity for the Sabres, and we'll skate 4-on-4 for a minute and 37 seconds.
Let's watch on the replay as Wood makes the play, or is knocked down, and now watch him. He's going to grab a hold of right there as he holds the stick. And Wood thought he might be able to get away with that, but not so.
So Randy Wood goes to the box, and we'll resume just outside the Islander line. Good intensity shots this evening of our coverage. Respective coaches, John Muckler and Al Arbor, trying to figure out the mystery of the Sabres on the road, having won only one in 8 road games, but currently on a 7-game winning streak at home.
Well, there's
7-1 record.
There's lots of time left in this game, of course, but the Sabres are such an explosive team offensively. They never count them out of a game.
There's Swoboda with a shot goal! Peter Swoboda at least setting it up. See if anybody got a tip on another replay, but the Sabres come within one.
It was Presley who was cruising in front of the goaltender Healy. And the Islanders, I think, maybe had thoughts of that Presley might have been in the goal crease. But look at Swoboda maneuver himself right here into position to shoot the puck. And there goes Presley through the crease. And whether it bounced in off him or bounced in off the defenseman or goaltender was difficult to tell, but the Sabres are right back in this game. I think that puck may have hit Presley.
I'll take to the other side and say that the puck went in unscathed. We'll find out what the official call is going to be. In any event, the Sabres score their second of the evening, and it is now 3-2 Islanders. Presley scored earlier in period number 2, and it's either going to go to Presley or to Swoboda. We're going to give it to Peter Swoboda, his second of the season. And we're going to have another penalty coming up here.
Swoboda's second of the year from Sweeney and Presley.
Sweeney and Presley picking up the assists. As Swoboda gets credit for the Buffalo goal. And a high sticking call coming up against Benoit Hogue of the Islanders.
A little too high on Keith Kearney. Gregson also took a second look at Kearney to see if he had been cut. And as we approach the halfway mark, we'll now go with the man advantage for the Sabres.
Well, he starts with a cross check, and right here the stick comes up and catches Kearney. And so Buffalo now with a 4-on-3 situation, and they send out LaFontaine, Mogilny, Bodger, and Swoboda.
Keith Kearney manages to crack a smile, but no smiling by Al Arbor. We'll go just outside the Sabre line. Flatley, Krupp, along with LaChance for the Islanders. A trio of penalty killers. 4-on-3. Time ticks down to the respective penalties. 4 seconds left in the call to Ferraro. Bodger, top of the slot, blasting at Healy. Getting a piece of it from his stick. Flatley couldn't hang on to it. LaFontaine led to a stretching Bodger, but the Sabres are forced to regroup out at center. Swoboda, who scored the second goal tonight. Giving it to LaFontaine. Mogilny with the wraparound. Healy diving for the save. Mogilny getting his own rebound. Trying to go to the slot, but went in between Bodger and Swoboda.
Now that was a miscommunication between the goaltender and his defenseman. A very poor play by Healy. But Buffalo couldn't turn it into a goal.
Swoboda to Bodger, taking a shot high over the shoulder of Healy. Now Ferraro steps out of the ice.
You know, Buffalo, John, are shooting the puck high, and Healy does not go down. They've got to keep the puck lower on Healy.
Group with a nice poke check. In comes Tom Fitzgerald. Pushing with a save. Another save on Berg. Schmelik getting the rebound. Sweeney tipping it to the line. Mogilny out at center. Poked by Malakov. 37 seconds left in the penalty to Benoit Hogue. Sabres working with the man advantage here in this situation. By the time Boucher goes to the line, only 5 seconds remaining. Healy setting it up. Kasparaitis hit along the boards. Flatley whacks it to the line, and Mullen comes up with it. Ryan Mullen. Kasparaitis with a shot just to the left side of Hatching. Flatley working it from out. Set up by Mullen. Locked in front. And the Islanders Islanders back to full strength, much to the delight of the good crowd on hand here tonight at the Coliseum. 3-2 our score. Islanders. Sweeney working it to the line to Wood. Shot way high over the glass and stops things with 8 minutes and 1 second remaining in this second period. 3-2 Islanders will return.
What do you say? What do you say?
All my friends say I repeat things. I don't think I repeat things, but all my friends say I do. Like I come to Burger King for lunch, and I say, what can I get for $2 for lunch? And she says I can get 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2. I said 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2, and she says I just said that. I mean, Burger King is the only place to get flame broiled burgers cooked over a flame and fixed just the way I like it. I said thank you very much. She said I just said that. I'm really gonna enjoy this lunch. Really enjoy it.
Your way, right away at Burger King now.
What day is it today, Max?
Brady, you there?
Rosie, you're just in time.
Problem is, Brady, I got a bad front rolling in.
Bad? What do you mean?
Best I can do is drop one thing.
One.
What's it gonna be, Brady?
There are some things people will do just about anything for. Smooth, refreshing Stroh's. It's not just any beer.
Get you next time, Brady.
It's Stroh's.
Any requests? Pretzels.
Join Fox 29 tomorrow night at 8 when the popular superhero Handyman returns in living color. Then at 9, it's a rock star reunion, and Al Bundy shows he can rock with the best of them on Married with Children. That's tomorrow night on Fox 29. John Gertler and Jim Lorenz with you as Keith Kearney's shot just to the right side of Healy. Thomas clears to the line. Hannon covering Thomas. Forced to work it out of the corner. Roger can't keep it in. Skate race now with Turgeon. Roger leaving it for Kearney. Up to Corkum. The line with Patterson and Hannon. Good job of checking this big line by the Islanders. King and Turgeon. Here they come. King shot saved by Hashing. Dominique, who has that new glove, had to take a second look.
Well, he's not sure whether he really caught that one or not, because he's not noted as having a great glove hand. But he certainly made a beautiful save on that shot. Hasek replacing Darren Pupa after that goal by Fitzgerald here in the second period. And Dominic has made a couple of outstanding saves in there for the Buffalo Sabres. You see Philip Boucher having an ice pack on the wrist or his hand.
Really a chance to look at some of the out-of-town scores tonight in a heavy schedule of the NHL. The Flyers have taken a 2-0 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Quebec leads the Rangers 3-2. We'll be bringing you up to date in between the second and third period of tonight's game on the out-of-town scores. Critical tonight. Everybody in the Adams division with the exception of Ottawa playing tonight. As the teams are starting to approach the quarter-way mark. Mogilny right in front. Goal! Alexander Mogilny, and we have a tie game.
Well, that play started back on a face-off in the Buffalo zone. A very poor point shot, and the Sabres broke out of their own zone. And watch the play, if we have it on the replay, that Brad May makes on this. And that enabled Mogilny to pick up the puck and skate to the front of the net. Now watch right here. Now watch May pursue the puck, make a great play, give it to Mogilny, and Mogilny had an option to pass it to LaFontaine, and that's what Healy thought he was going to do, I think. Mogilny steps in front and scores to tie it. I mean, Mogilny, he could have 4 goals again here tonight, John. He's had that many good scoring chances.
Just needs one to get going, and he's got it. He's tied this hockey game at 3. Mogilny's 11th of the season as Flatley works it to the line. Here's a pretty good check from May, jarring the puck. Flatley trying to keep it in. Uwe Krupp couldn't hang on to it. LaFontaine. Nothing going there, and the Sabres will change up on the fly.
There was an example of Brad May taking Andrechuk's position on that line, and making the key play and the only assist on McGillney's 11th of the season at 13:03.
Ferraro in front, shot just to the right side by Hogue. He gets his own rebound, and Hasek comes up with another save. Oh, Benoit Hogue, good opportunity, and you can see the frustration. 3-3 our score, second period. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Presenting the RCA 52-inch projection screen home theater. It's bigger and brighter than almost anything out there.
Everybody today is looking for long-range value. And if you drive that new LeSabre, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for.
The 1993 LeSabre. Compare it to any car in its price range, you'll buy Buick. If you're looking for quality, value, and style, your Western New York Buick dealers say welcome home.
Buick is leading the way.
And the Buffalo Sabres tying this game on this play by Mogilny. That was a mismatch as Mogilny throws Healy, put him down to the ice, and calmly put it into the net. Bob Sweeney picking up a penalty before we went to commercial for cross-checking, and so the Islanders back on the power play.
11 goals from Mogilny in 11 games. Attempt by King. Worked off the skate of Hannon. Turgeon digs from the corner. Intercepted by Hannon. Turns on the speed. And it took, what a check as he hit the end of the boards. He went head first. It's in one of the edges that indents from the Sabres bench, and a big hit. Malakoff rode him into the boards.
Right at the edge of the glass at the Buffalo bench. And Malakoff is not noted as a physical defenseman. We were talking to Eddie Westphal, who broadcasts the Islander games here, and he was saying he's a big guy, but he doesn't really play a tough physical game. But boy, you wouldn't know it by that check as he ran. Let's look on the replay right here as Hannon is chasing that loose puck, and Malakoff takes him into the boards, and his head strikes the padding on the glass. Thank goodness it was padded.
There you see trainer John Alloway standing right next to the piece there that's supposed to be heavily padded. That's what it is, a good piece of rubber right there. But no matter what, when the skaters are coming in anywhere from 15 to 24 miles an hour and you hit that square on.
He's going to have a sore neck tomorrow, I'll tell you that. Wow. Man, boy, that was a very dangerous play. Sabres already losing Dale Howardchuk tonight back in the earlier in this game. He was struck in the nose with a puck, suffered a broken nose. Jim Pizzatelli told me he was going to try to come back, but so far Howardchuk hasn't made it back to the Buffalo bench. There's a look at Jim Pizzatelli, and boy, was he ever in his glory last night. Of course, he's a great boxing fan.
Oh, yeah.
He bet many of the Sabre players that Riddick Bowe would defeat Holyfield, and he was having a lot of fun collecting money on the bus after the game.
Another flying puck into the stands, and we'll regroup things and get an updated check on Dave Hannon. Seems to be getting all his ducks in a row right now.
They're probably saying, "What's your name? Where do you live? Where are we? What's the score?"
Probably feels like one of those dummies you see in the Volvo commercials. Patterson doing a little testing in front of the Islander net. 1:20 left in the penalty to Sweeney. Score tied at 3, second period. King Double teamed off the puck. Hasek along with Corkum. Getting the puck back out to center. Steve Thomas works it for the Islanders at his line. Back to Malakoff, who rode Hannon into the boards moments ago. Randy Wood coming up with a shot. Healy with a save. Rebound. Wood. He scores. Wayne Presley went for the remnants of the rebound and jarred it from Healy, and the Sabres have scored. And Glenn Healy can't believe it.
Boy, that was just superb penalty killing, though, by Randy Wood and Presley. And Healy, of course, wanted a whistle, or at least a penalty perhaps called for interference, and so does Al Arbor, as the Islander goaltender claiming he was interfered with on the play. And Wood, let's look at it here, but this is great checking, though, by the Sabres. Now, Presley goes to the net as Wood takes the shot. Healy makes the save. The puck comes loose. And the Islanders are saying perhaps they interfered with the goalie, or Presley was in the goal crease, which he was, but his momentum and the Islanders carried him in there. Now, the puck comes loose. Wood doesn't even know the puck's in the net. Now he does, of course.
Healy did not have control of that puck.
And Presley just could not avoid the Islander goaltender. The puck came loose, and the Sabres, for the first time, lead the hockey game 4-3.
Rounds of boos for Randy Wood. He scores his 5th of the season, and the Sabres have come back and now lead this game by a score of 4-3 here in the second period. Good second effort by Randy Wood. Staging by Wayne Presley as well. Having a good game. Also one of the goal scorers tonight. Norton from the slot. Blocked off the skate of Presley. Wood and Kearney go into the corner. Put it out in front of Ferraro. He scores! Ray Ferraro, and we're tied at 4.
Ray Ferraro scored 40 goals last season for the New York Islanders. And I imagine he scored a couple goals like this one you're going to look at again, as he comes around from behind the net, and watch between the legs of Hasek as the puck will bounce off the skate of Kearney and elude Hasek, and the puck barely made it to the back of the net, but all it has to do is cross the goal line. And Hasek, he has no idea where the puck is, and in it goes, and the Islanders quickly tie it 4-4 with 4:13 to play. Ferraro is so good in that area in front of the net, behind the net. He's quick and just has a great anticipation to make the right plays on the goaltender.
5th of the season for Ray Ferraro, and we are tied at 4. 4:09 remaining in this second period. Hasek from his net, working it along the corner. Mullen couldn't hang on. Sabres break out. Andrechuk, rink wide right wing pass to Mogilny. Takes the shot. Blocked by Chance, who sticks right with Mogilny. Only again. Trying to work it over to Andrechuk. Mullen clearing it back out to center. Bodger puts it back in. Uwe Krupp to Fitzgerald. Popped by Bodger. Loose puck picked up by LaFontaine. Back to McGillney. That is poked. Cleared by Mullen at the line. Andrechuk works it along the boards. Sabres change them up on the fly with 3:22 left to play into this second period. Score tied at 4. Going to have an icing call coming up here as Gord Donnelly touches the puck.
No, Ray Ferraro scores his 5th to tie it from Hogue and Flatley. Tied 4-4 after Wood had given the Sabres the 4-3 lead.
This is the 17th game of the season for the Sabres. They have scored 4 or more goals in 15 of the games. Going into this evening's game, record of 8-5-1 when they score 4 or more. They lead, or they are second right now, you can say. Second to the Pittsburgh Penguins at goals for. They started tonight at 86. Penguins, however, have 3 games in hand, and they have 87. Swoboda, top of the slot. On the right side is Sweeney. He went, Bob Corkum is down, and he went into the boards. And he is in pain. So Jim Pizzatelli, a busy man this evening for the Sabres.
This has been a real physical hockey game. Players taking the body. We've seen some good, solid checks. Of course, the Islanders desperate for a win. They've lost 5 in a row. The Sabres desperate to improve their road record. Buffalo winning the first road game of the season, and then they've gone 7 games since then without a win. Let's look on the replay as Thomas hits him from behind and runs him into the glass.
Jim Pizzatelli attending to Bob Corkum.
Boy, Corkum has been a pretty valuable player to this Sabre hockey club. Not so much offensively, but what he has contributed defensively in killing penalties.
One thing the league would like to curtail in this game is the hit from behind. And you just saw a pretty good description of Steve Thomas labeled that hit from behind on Bob Corkum. That'd be oh so dangerous.
That could have easily been called a penalty. It probably should have been.
Let's take another angle look at it if we can. They're regrouped down there. Take a look at the same angle, Jim.
No, his head goes in. He goes in head first here. Look, he's got his head turned to the right. I think that's what the concern is for the head or for the neck.
Sabres do not need the injury list to grow. Randy Moeller went out on his second period of Wednesday night's game, and he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. Medial collateral rip.
Here's a different angle look.
That doesn't show us anything.
Not too much, but the point is,
wow,
any kind of a check from behind like that's got to be whistled down. That's one of the more dangerous plays in the league. But I will say this, though, John, today's players, when they go in the corner, I mean, you've got to protect yourself a little better too by putting your arms or your hands up on the glass. I mean, you know that the opportunity or the chance of getting drilled from behind into the boards is there. And many of these players, and I don't know whether it goes back to minor hockey when they have no checking or what it is, but many of the players really don't know how to handle themselves in the corners.
It seems to me like the more they get involved, the longer they play in the league, they understand how to get hit or avoid from being hit in a situation like that.
There's a way when you're working in the corner, though, and particularly when the puck is in your skates or something. I mean, there's a way to handle yourself by using the glass, by using body positions to ward off checks. And so often we see players go in there and they're so concerned about the puck and they're not worried about getting hit, it seems, and that's when you see a lot of serious injuries because of that. But I mean, you've got to use body position there to help yourself.
Try to check you, keep you up to date on the status. Bob Corkum and also Dave Hannon was hit in the second period. Dale Howard-Chuck broke his nose in the first period off a shot. He took it square in the face.
And there's Pilon and Rob Ray mixing it up in the corner. Last season, Pilon with 183 minutes in penalty. Brad May making a key play on the goal by Alexander Mogilny. May playing left wing with Sweeney and Patterson.
A look from afar, a deep look by Darren Pupa from the Sabres bench, relieved of his duties tonight. Backhand turned aside by Healy. On Svoboda in. From that shot, Turgeon getting it over to Thomas. Worked off the puck by Donnelly, and Svoboda, King from the corner. That shot is blocked in front. May clearing it back out to center. Eric King, lead pass for Thomas, tripped up at the line. Play continued. Anderson along the boards, King keeping it in.
Thomas from the corner along with Turgeon digging it out. Thomas trying to get out in front. The puck is cleared by Swoboda. 1:36 left to play into this second period. Score is tied at 4. Colin Patterson. Drop pass over to LaFontaine. Back to Bay. Healy with a save. Well, great play by the Sabres. Started by Patterson and LaFontaine. They try to finish it off. Ferraro to Flatley. Back to Ferraro with a shot. Walks in front. Good pass by LaFontaine intended for Presley. We'll have an icing call coming up here, stopping things with 1:08 left into this second period. Score is tied at 4.
There's a look at Kasparaitis, the first-round pick of the New York Islanders, 5th player taken overall. He played a significant role last season with the Soviet team in the Winter Olympics, as his coach Tikhonov used him in crucial times. Just a youngster. He's, what, 19 years old. They really like him here in New York. He's a great hitter. He's got fine offensive ability. He has been a very valuable addition to the Islanders so far this season, seeing plenty of ice time.
Go to the face-off to the right side of the Sabres net. Krupp kicking it in from the left point. In the corner is Bodger. Presley, who has a couple of points this evening, out to his line, and at center is Kearney. Sabres are caught for offside as Benoit Hogue pushes LaFontaine in the Islanders zone.
Benoit Hogue picked up LaFontaine in the Buffalo zone and ended up pushing him across the Islander blue line for that offside. LaFontaine seeing duty on a number of lines, playing with Mogilny and Andrechuk, and now he's out there with Randy Wood and Wayne Presley.
He'll pull a good 35 to 40 minutes tonight, I would imagine. Under a minute to play here in this second period. Our score is tied at 4. Sabres had a short-lived 4-3 lead until Ferraro came back to tie it up. Andy Wood blocking the play from behind Glenn Healy, and will stop things. And Uwe Krupp gets a little mad. That creates a pushing and shove match. Well, we got things flying now. Let's take a watch here.
Again, this game has been a very physical hockey game. As Benoit Hogue now.
And he can throw him. Doing a shirt dance. We'll see who that is.
I think it's Presley, I believe. They both got tangled up in their jerseys, John.
Ron Asselstein and Lyle Seitz separate the two.
I think Randy Wood said something to Uwe Krupp in front of the net. That's what started everything. Presley and Hogue going to the dressing rooms with 33.5 seconds left here in the second period. This has been a very entertaining hockey game. Buffalo with 32 shots on goal. The Islanders with 24. And we're tied 4-4. We've had 6 goals scored here in the second period.
Buffalo penalty number 18.
Good forechecking by the Sabres as Wood goes into the corner. The play will move to the front of the net.
Watch for Krupp coming from the left side of your screen to see what happens here.
That's Presley of the Sabres over the Islanders by means for fighting.
Oh, Wood kind of snuck the puck into the Islanders net, and Krupp took exception to that, and then it all erupts. Oh, there's Presley getting the right in.
What the players do, look, notice how they take the glove and they like to rub it in the opposition's face. That's a common practice in the National Hockey League. And then it was Hogue and Presley who grabbed a hold of each other and went into the corner.
33 seconds left of this second period. Presley, Swoboda, Mogilny, and Wood, the goal scorers for the Sabres in this second period. Outside the line, Bodger working it to Kearney. LaFontaine and Krupp go crashing into the boards. LaFontaine eluding a check. Now Krupp again got locked up with one of the sticks, and Randy Wood.
Boy, that was
a former Islander duels mixing it up.
That was a great hit that LaFontaine put on Louis Krupp behind the net. But the Sabres end up with a penalty on the play as Carney goes 2 minutes for slashing.
Buffalo penalty number 6, Keith Carney.
Now there are 20.6 seconds to go here in the second.
19:39.
So like the Sabres, who ended out period 1 with a man advantage, the Islanders will do it in period number 2 and into the third stanza of tonight's game. Al Arbor will counter with his number 1 line. Steve Thomas at left, Derek King at right, Pierre Turgeon at center. Penalty killing unit for the Sabres led by Dave Hannon, who I'm sure has quite a headache after being run into the abutment of the Sabres bench by Malakoff earlier on in period number 2. Out at center is King, winding up with a long shot. Ashik leaving it for Bodger, and the second period will end. Score is tied at 4. Great game tonight. Stick with us.
The end of 2, we're tied at 4. Shots on goal in the second period. Buffalo 20 for a 2-period total of 32.
That concludes the Jim Doyle Ford Power Play period. To enter, send a postcard to Jim Doyle Power Play period, 951 Whitehaven Road, Grand Island, New York, 14072. Enter as often as you wish. No purchase necessary.
Say what do you say? All my friends say I repeat things. I don't think I repeat things, but all my friends say I do. Like I come to Burger King for lunch, and I say, what can I get for $2 for lunch? And she says I can get 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2. I said 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2, and she says I just said that. I mean, Burger King is the only place to get flame broiled burgers cooked over a flame and fixed just the way I like it. I said thank you very much. She said I just said that. I'm really gonna enjoy this lunch. Really enjoy it.
Your way, right away at Burger King now.
Getting into a new 93 Volkswagen Fox can be accomplished with remarkable ease, in part because of this word. It means you can lease this Wolfsburg Edition Fox for $0 down, $149 a month, complete with air, AM/FM stereo, rear defrost, power brakes, and more, all of which translates into one of the most affordable German-engineered cars around. Experience Fahrvergnügen only in a Volkswagen by leasing a Fox for $0 down, $149 a month at your tri-state Volkswagen dealer.
Okay, let's do it. Buffalo, Sabres, hockey.
That's my job. That's my job.
Bob Ray.
You just hit him as hard as you can.
Just leveled up. My goodness.
For all the action, call or stop by the Sabres ticket office or any Ticketmaster location. The Buffalo Sabres. Relentless, explosive, tough, determined.
Don't miss brand name's fall sale. The 8-amp Ultra Steamer by Regina has a high-pressure pump and 25-foot cord. Storage caddy holds hose, upholstery brush, squeegee, and stain cleaner. On sale now for $139.97. No more burned fingers with a Toastmaster Cool Steel 4-slice toaster. Includes wide slots and pastry setting for only $34.97. 2-slice models available for $19.97.
Brand names home for the holiday.
Earlier this season, Chris Kontos scored a hat trick for the Tampa Bay Lightning in a home game. And when he scored the hat trick, only one fan threw a hat on the ice. The fans down there aren't very knowledgeable. And this fan, apparently, they came and the guard escorted him out of the rink, or tried to escort him out of the rink because he said, well, you can't litter the ice. Of course, they didn't really realize the tradition in hockey. Fortunately, one of the Lightning officials saw this happen, and it finally explained to the guards that, look, this is done in hockey when somebody scores a hat trick. In any event, that brought back a few memories of my days when I first turned professional with Oklahoma City Blazers in the Central Hockey League. And in those days, going back to the mid-'60s now, many of the young players that graduated from junior played in that league, and it was very good. Some of the teams, some unusual cities like Memphis, Omaha. There were a number of teams in Texas, Houston among them, along with Dallas, Fort Worth, Tulsa, and a place called Amarillo, Texas. And I'll never forget this. The first time I ever saw Amarillo was from the window of a DC-3. And DC-3s, that's a whole other set of stories that I could tell you about traveling around the Central League in that type of an airplane, but I'd rather forget those stories. But Amarillo looked from the air like the good Lord just dropped it out of the sky and set it in the middle of nowhere, because it's just surrounded by thousands and thousands of acres of ranches and such. And that's one of my first impressions of Amarillo. My second one is, and this is where it ties back to the Chris Kontos story, I remember going in there, one of the second games that was ever played there, and the fans had absolutely no knowledge of hockey. And I think Rocky Farr was really one of the opposing goaltenders. But if you shot the puck in, for instance, from center ice, and the goalie maybe caught it, Rocky Farr, the crowd would go delirious. They thought that, gee, this is what a magnificent save, and they had no idea of the finer points of hockey. And we sort of, at the beginning, said, what in the world's going on here? And then we finally realized, hey, these people really don't know this game. And it was quite an experience. And being from Canada, we thought, gee, everybody knows about hockey.
When Buick talks quality, it's not just award-winning automobiles. Introducing Quality Plus, exclusively for 93 Buick owners. If your 93 Buick needs service, we'll drive you home or to work. Overnight, we'll give you a car to drive.
Buick quality is leading the way.
If you're looking for quality, value, and style, your Western New York Buick dealers say welcome home.
Buick is leading the way.
Sunday.
Let's get busy!
Damon Wayans is back as Handyman on In Living Color.
Not enough?
An all-new episode. And Joey has an accident. Then he gets evicted. Now watch him turn it into the luckiest day of his life on Rock Live. Then, who's the hottest name in rock today?
Axl Bundy.
And he's leading the legends of the 60s in an all-star jam.
Sunday on Fox 29. Chef's Restaurant. Our rich tomato sauce is the start of something delicious. After we've spooned generous amounts over the finest quality pasta, you've got yourself a dish of Italian delight. Freshly prepared daily in our kitchens, our Italian specialties have made chefs a Buffalo favorite generation after generation. Join our family for lunch or dinner. Taste the finest Italian food in town. The one and only chefs.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. After 40 minutes of play, the Islanders and Sabres are tied at 4. Let us take a look at the second period scoring summary. At the 2:11 mark, Wayne Presley scores his 4th of the season from Doug Bodger. The Islanders come back at 3:34. Tom Fitzgerald scoring his 1st of the season. 9:22, Peter Svoboda with his 2nd from Sweeney and Presley. And then Mogilny ties it with 3-3. At 13:03 with his 11th from Brad May. Randy Wood, short-lived Sabre lead at 15:11 with his 5th from Wayne Presley. And then the Islanders tied back up at 16:47. Ray Ferraro scoring his 5th. 10 other games tonight in the NHL. Minnesota defeating Chicago this afternoon 3-0. Washington a 3-2 lead over New Jersey in the second period. Toronto with a 4-1 lead over Boston in the third period of play. Quebec leading the Rangers 4-2 after 2 periods. No score with Detroit at Hartford in period 2. Philadelphia with a 2-0 lead over Montreal. Tampa Bay and Calgary are locked at 2. Winnipeg with 1-0 lead over St. Louis. And a couple of games and a late start, 10:40 for the Oilers at Los Angeles and Vancouver at San Jose. Upcoming games for the Sabres will provide television coverage here on Fox 29 on Tuesday night. from the Igloo in Pittsburgh. 7:30 our time as the Sabres meet the Penguins for the second time this season. No television coverage Wednesday night, the next night in Hamilton as the Sabres meet the New Jersey Devils. No television coverage on Saturday night, a rare home game at Memorial Auditorium. And the opponent will be the Minnesota North Stars. And then Sunday at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, our coverage continues on Fox 29, as it does tonight after 2 periods of play. Score is tied at 4. We'll be back with Jim Lorenz.
Football has given me a lot of great honors. All-Pro, 2-time AFC champ, and now McDonald's is honoring me with a special new sandwich.
Introducing Steve's favorite, the double quarter pounder with cheese. A half pound of great hamburger taste at a great price. Add a medium Coca-Cola Classic and it's even better. The double quarter pounder with cheese.
A lot of people might let an honor like this go to their heads, but not Steve Tasker. No way.
Nobody walks away from Best Dodge. Because nobody can beat the selection, the service, the quality Best Dodge offers. Lou Bertie and his staff of professionals can show you the best way to get more car for your dollar. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best.
With a smile.
You can't do better than Best. Best Dodge, Orchard Park Road, West Seneca.
Mac is back. And Sunday, Macaulay Culkin takes you behind the scenes of his new movie, Home Alone 2.
We did it again!
You'll see exclusive, never-before-seen footage.
Know any good toy stores?
Talk to stars Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Rob Schneider, and everybody's favorite homeboy, Macaulay Culkin.
All right, the Painmeister.
You'll get a sneak peek at the movie America's been waiting for. The making of Home Alone 2.
Oops.
Sunday night at 7 on Fox 29.
After 2 periods of play, the Sabres and the Islanders tied 4-4. And we went into this second period with Buffalo down by 2-0. And we have 6 goals to show you. The first one by Presley and a couple of good plays by Buffalo defensemen. That's Schmelik, who had moved into the point. Now the puck will go around to the right point, and Doug Bodger makes an outstanding pinch to keep the puck in. And Presley is going to end up with a bouncing puck in front right here, and he zips it up over the left or right glove of the goaltender Healy into the net, and the Sabres were on the board. It was 2-1 New York Islanders. But then Fitzgerald came back just a couple of minutes later for the Islanders as he fired the puck between the legs of Darren Pupa. And you see Pupa move across. He seems to be there in plenty of time, but he just isn't able to close his pads, and the puck eludes him into the net, and the Islanders went ahead by 3-1. Darren Pupa was pulled out of the net after that particular goal, and Dominik Hasek went in for the Buffalo Sabres. Then the Sabres went to work. They scored 3 goals in a row, beginning with one by Peter Swoboda. And this is a nice play by Swoboda. You're going to see on the replay as he will move in from his point position again. And the Sabres have been doing this all night and all season, getting that defense involved. And he'll maneuver himself so he's able to get a shot away as the puck comes out from behind the net. Now, I thought that this puck may have bounced in off of Wayne Presley, who was sort of cruising around in front of the net, but apparently not. It was credited to Swoboda. But here's the shot, and the puck eluded Healy. He didn't really have a good look at that. Here's a better look, but the puck is shot as the puck bounced in off of somebody, I thought, anyways, as the Islanders covered Presley in front, but Swoboda getting credited for the goal. The Sabres scored again, and this is an outstanding goal by Alexander Mogilny. And you'll see on the replay, all the great players are able to size up the situation and then make the right play. And that's what Mogilny does. Now he's got, he'll have Pat LaFontaine to his right, and he had an option of passing the puck, but Mogilny makes the right play and beats the goaltender Healy. And also, let's credit Brad May as he bumped the Islander player off the puck. That was LaChance. And right here, Mogilny just sweeps in front of the net and calmly puts it in. And just a beautiful play as Mogilny saw the situation to his right and made the right play as he pulled the goaltender out of position. Then Randy Wood scores shorthanded, and the Islanders get all upset on this play. Presley again in the goal crease area. He bumps into the goaltender, jars the puck loose. He ends up in the crease, as Randy Wood scores, and the Islanders were protesting. They said maybe the whistle should have gone. He could have been called for goaltender interference, and it should have been disallowed because he was in the crease. But no, Gregson said it's a goal. Randy Wood gets credited for it, his 5th of the season, and here's what it looked like. As Wood and Wayne Presley do an outstanding job in the neutral zone of causing the play to develop. Now watch Presley. He heads to the net. Here's the shot. Now he's going to run into the goaltender right here, Healy. The puck comes loose. Presley is pushed into the crease, and Wood shovels it into the net. And for the first time in the hockey game, the Buffalo Sabres took the lead by 4-3. But that didn't last long, as the Islanders came right back into the other end of the ice, and Ray Ferraro, who scored 40 goals last year for the New York Islanders, scores on a wraparound. He comes around behind the net. The puck will glance in off the skate of Carney right here. As Carney has his skate there, the puck bounces in between the legs of Hasek. He has no idea where exactly the puck went, but it was behind him, and the Islanders had tied it. We'll be back with the third period in a moment.
Midas stocks the right brake parts for practically every foreign car and uses Midas-trained experts to install them. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
What do you say? What do you say? All my friends say I repeat things. I don't think I repeat things, but all my friends say I do. Like I come to Burger King for lunch, and I say, what can I get for $2 for lunch? And she says I can get 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2. I said 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2, and she says I just said that. I mean, Burger King is the only place to get flame broiled burgers cooked over a flame and fixed just the way I like it. I said thank you very much. She said I just said that. I'm really gonna enjoy this lunch. Really enjoy it.
Your way, right away at Burger King now.
Okay, let's do it. Buffalo. Sabres. Hockey.
I love the free-wheel and skate. Free-wheel and skate.
You talk about quickness and speed. Watch this. Gilding.
For all the action, call or stop by the Sabres ticket office or any Ticketmaster location. The Buffalo Sabres. Relentless, explosive, tough, determined.
Sabres Hockey on Fox 29 is brought to you by Dodge. See your nearby Team Dodge dealer. New York State Lottery. You gotta love the odds. Your Western New York Midas muffler and brake shop dealers. And by Blue Shield of Western New York. Caring for Western New York for over 50 years.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nassau County. I want to say Nassau County Coliseum. They're not calling it that anymore. Nassau Coliseum. John Gertler along with Jim Lorenz. We are tied at 4 and just preparing for period number 3. Good second period by the Sabres. They dug themselves a 2-0 hole in the first period, Jim, and they've come back, and we'll just start it even right now.
Yeah, and so is Dale Hawerchuk. So that's good to see. Dale Hawerchuk back on the Buffalo bench after being struck in the nose by a puck in the first period. And that always, when you get hit in the nose like that, it always looks a lot worse than it really is, because that area bleeds so freely. And thank goodness it wasn't anything had to do with the eye or cheekbone. But Hawerchuk is back on the bench and is ready to play here in the third period. And this has been a great hockey game again. There's all kinds of action. 4-4. We had 6 goals in the second period.
Did not want to be denied playing in this game.
Islanders starting here in the third with a power play. Still 1:39 left in Carney's penalty.
He's talking about Dale Hawerchuk. And this morning being checked for a possible fracture in the ankle. Went to the hospital to have x-rays. Those proved negative. Well, played the game this evening and took that wicked shot, as Jim had mentioned, in the first period. Third period action right now. We're tied at 4. Uwe Krupp working it. Way into the left side of the Sabres net. Turgeon centering it out in front. Picked up by Patterson. And he'll take some more time off that penalty clock.
John Krupp's got to shoot that puck. I mean, he had plenty of time. He was 35 feet right in front of the net, and he tried to make a fancy play. You have to shoot the puck from that position.
58 seconds left in the call. To Carney. Morton keeping it in from the point. Turgeon behind the net. Centering up for Thomas. Scores! Steve Thomas. And the shootout continues. The Islanders take a 5-4 lead.
There are a couple of players in the National Hockey League who are very good behind the net, and Turgeon is one of them, as he makes the play to the front to Thomas. And he gets a bit of a break, Turgeon does, as the puck bounces off Bodger and right to Thomas, who puts it in. Watch the play here as Turgeon makes the pass to the front. It bounces off Bodger, controlled by the right skate of Thomas, and he flips it by Dominik Hasek. And the Islanders again lead 5-4 with a power play goal.
Peter Swoboda works with Kearney to the line out at center. Ferraro couldn't get there in time. Swoboda's backhand puts it down in the Islanders' corner. Flatley takes the shot in front, blocked by Swoboda. LaFontaine across the Islander line. Krug leaves it along the boards to Berg. Intercepted by Mogilny. Taken away by Krug. Here comes Berg at the line. 5-4 our score, Islanders. Steve Thomas, the most recent to score. Those 4 Sabre goals that were scored in period 2. They also outshot the Islanders by a margin of 20-10. Last night they established a season high 24 shots in the second period. But their 8-2 victory of the Whalers. Sweeney from the corner. Keeping up with Brad May. There's a loose puck. Chuck tried to get it in, but unsuccessful in doing so. Islanders counter back. Kasparaitis with a shot. Oh, flying. Brian Mullen. He clears it out to center. Third period action. There's Kasparaitis working it out across the Sabre line. Ryan Mullen, that is, and Kearney going to the board. The centering pass intercepted by Bodger. Worked out by Howard. Chuck. Marois to Mullen. That is poked by Kearney.
Now that play there for a forward, Mullen has to get that puck out across the blue line. Kearney had committed himself and still managed to keep the puck in, but that was a poor play by Mullen.
Schmeling at center. Right wing pass to Wood. Trailing in is Dave Hannon. Takes the puck. Blocked in front. Kearney. Picked up by Rich Pilon. Cleared back out to center ice. And we'll have a whistle here with 16 minutes and 29 seconds left to play into this third period. Steve Thomas has scored. Give the Islanders a 5-4 lead.
Keith Kearney attended the University of Maine and was a first-team All-American back in 90-91. Here's a chance by Mullen on the hard shot. And Mullen is going to fly through the air with the greatest of ease. Ooh. He was up high enough that he could adjust his landing, John.
Get those wheels straightened out. Speaking of wheels, that's how he learned how to play hockey. Roller hockey. Hell's Kitchen, New York.
That's right. There's also Mullen, the stick boy of the New York Rangers for a couple of years as he grew up. His dad worked in Madison Square Garden. He's been around hockey since he was a youngster.
Take a look at it again here.
Here he goes.
Even more spectacular had he scored the goal. Reminiscent of Bobby Orr. We'll go to the right side of the Islanders' net. Thomas scoring at the 54-second mark from Turgeon. take the 1-goal lead. Thomas will leave it into the corner. Hasek poking it along. Schwellick taken down by Thomas. In front, Turgeon. Just to the right side of the Sabres net. They have a penalty here, a high sticking call. Derek King and Dave Hannon will be back. 5-4 score Islanders.
To live, there is a season. To love, there is a reason. And someone who cares by your side. A time to be born, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to feel, a time to carry the strength of the shield.
When it comes to families, one size doesn't fit all. That's why your minivan specialist has so many choices of caravans at the Dodge Minivan Store. From the luxurious all-wheel drive Grand Caravan to an economical caravan starting at just over $13,500. One size doesn't fit all, but there's one caravan to fit you, fit your budget, and the minivan specialist has it.
See your Team Dodge dealer and get the advantage. Advantage Dodge.
Well, Dave Hannon has been assessed a 5-minute high-sticking major, and that carries an automatic game misconduct with it as his stick comes up and catches King. And there's a call by Gregson, who is in that area. And Hannon is out of the game, and the Islanders have a 5-minute man advantage with the face-off in the Buffalo zone. Islanders going ahead on the goal by Steve Thomas from Pierre Turgeon. Thomas is 6th of the season.
But just when the Sabres got back to the even mark after 2 periods of play, the Islanders strike back, and like they have done many times on the road so far, dig themselves a deeper hole by taking the penalties.
Yeah, Bob Sweeney out there killing this penalty. He has 2 shorthanded goals, which is tied for the lead in the NHL.
Thomas and Turgeon combine. Krug it's wide over to Norton. Back to Turgeon. Looked to get the tip, but went the wrong way over the glass and into the crowd.
Now the puck was sent across to Turgeon by Jeff Norton. And Norton really drilled it to Pierre, and he wasn't able to handle it. The faceoff will be outside the Buffalo blue line. Islanders moving the puck around well. It's going to go back to the right point, and Turgeon would have had lots of room to maneuver. But the puck glanced up over top of the glass. But see, the Sabres are good discipline as they keep in a good position. And now there are 4 minutes 32 seconds left in that major penalty to Hannon. Wood.
Look at Dale Howard, Chuck. Ending that broken nose. Puck square in the face.
I think
first period.
Him just coming back out to play here is a tribute. If they're suffering that type of an injury.
Absolutely.
A lot of players
not only that, but the ankle
would have
as
stayed
well.
in the dressing room.
Turgeon from the corner. Thomas headed for King. Patterson clears back out to center ice. King at his own line. Turgeon accepting the pass. Thomas awaits, but it's intercepted by Carney. The Sabres penalty killing Crew, changing up on the fly. Job well done. Out steps Gord Donnelly and Peter Swoboda, along with LaFontaine and Corco.
Now, when you're killing a 5-minute major penalty, you want to make quick line changes when you're the team that's killing the penalty.
Hogan Flatley. Hope shot high over the glass. Stops things with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 5-minute power play for the Islanders.
Now Benoit Hogue teed that one up, and just as he shot it, the puck flipped up and it ended up way up in the seats here in Long Island. And the faceoff outside the Buffalo blue line. Now, if the puck had glanced off a Buffalo stick, it would have been inside the line.
In addition to Yale Howard, Chuck, advantage up there in the nose, he's also wearing a shield.
If your smile isn't what it should be, don't hesitate to call Dr. Solomon. With over 20 years experience in general dentistry, Dr. Solomon will put the grin back in your smile. For total dental care, call Dr. Solomon today. 836-7225. That's 836-7225.
I wonder if Dr. Solomon can help Richard Schmelik, who lost a couple of chicklets last night. Hogue letting a shot go, blocked by Hasek. Rebound is Flatley. Working it back to LeChance. Ferraro. That's intended for Hogue. That is Pope. Clearing attempt by Corkum. Forcing the play back over to the left of the Sabres net. Out in front. Flatley tries to get it past Hasek.
Now, Gord Donnelly really went after Flatley about 20 seconds ago. I mean, he went out of his way to chase Flatley, and you don't want to do that when you're killing a penalty, but I wonder if Flatley perhaps didn't spear Donnelly or something to that effect, and they're still talking to each other. Dominik Hasek has used his stick effectively a couple of times here in the third period, and he does it again and then falls on the loose puck, and there goes Donnelly after Flatley again.
We got the noise meter on here at the Coliseum.
Pretty good crowd here tonight, John.
Very good crowd. Trying to get him involved in this power play opportunity.
The Islander attendance has picked up considerably this season. It's a 2,900 average per game more than last year.
From the left side of the Sabres net. Work back to Krug. King from behind. Push it back over. Krug from the right point. Low shot picked up by Svoboda. Sweeney looked to get it, but it was intercepted by Norton. 5-4 our score, Islanders here in the third period. 2:23 left in the major call to Hannon. Uwe Krug working it back to Norton. From behind is King. Turgeon assisted on that goal by Thomas. Early part of this third period. Works it to King. Back to Turgeon. Thomas awaits in front of the Sabres net. Turgeon with an opening. Working from behind is King in front of the give and go. Turgeon couldn't get there, and Presley uses the boards to clear it back down to the right side of the Islanders' net. 1:42 left in the penalty to the Sabres. Lou Hannon with a 5-minute major and game misconduct for high-sticking Derek King. Islanders almost caught for too many men on the ice. With that, they're also forcing the Sabres to jump offside.
Al Arbour coached the New York Islanders to 4 Stanley Cups beginning in 1980. John Muckler with 5 Stanley Cups with the New York Islanders, or with the Edmonton Oilers, I beg your pardon. So coaching 9 Stanley Cups here tonight. Wow, that's impressive. John Muckler checking that clock with 1:25 left in the major penalty to Hannon. 12:17 to play here in regulation. The Islanders lead it by 5-4.
Ray Ferraro getting his forces ready from outside the Islander line.
You know, again, so when you're working on a 5-minute power play, John, we've talked about this before. The team on the power play, I think they let up a little bit. You feel you've got all that time. And, of course, the penalty killers are really bearing down.
Carney holding the Islanders right to the line. Patterson picks up from the slot. Lead pass over to Howard Chuck. Couldn't get the shot away.
I mean, even to take it a step further, how many times you see like 2 goals scored on a 5-minute power play? Not very often.
There's an opportunity. Oh, shut down by Hasek. Howard-Chuck attempts to clear. LaChance getting it. Oh, stuffs it in. He scores. (6-4) Islanders.
Now 41 seconds left in that major penalty, and the Islanders get one. Hogue with their second of the night as he backhands the puck into the net. The Sabres can't clear the puck. LaChance makes a good play at the point, and Hogue picks up the deflection and just eases it in the short side. 6-4 Islanders. Howard-Chuck cannot clear it, and watch the puck will deflect in front. Here comes the shot right there. It tipped off a stick or a skate, and Hogue is there to score.
Hogue with his second of the evening, 8th of the season. And the Islanders have regained a 2-goal lead. Power play goal, and it remains a man advantage. What with the 5-minute major assessed to Dave Hannon. So there's 26 seconds left in that situation.
Now both teams, as you look at Benoit Hogue on the bench, both teams, when they have the man advantage and the plays back in their own zone, they leave a forward at the far blue line, and sometimes even inside the blue line, to draw the defense back and of course open up the neutral zone. And then when they get up into the neutral zone and up into the blue line, that forward cuts across the blue line.
Look at Dale Howard-Chuck. Uwe Krupp along with Norton. Pursuit is LaFontaine. 12 seconds left in the major call to hand. Brad May will be the player coming from the penalty box. He steps out. Sabres back to full strength. Loose puck. Trying to cross the Islander line. Krupp finding it over. Garrett Kershaw taking a shot. Left side. Hasek.
Now forwards, anytime you get a rolling puck like that, you want to take the shot because you never know what'll happen. It'll change direction and dive. The goaltender really get confused when that puck is rolling and a forward shoots it.
Donnelly flicking the puck back into the Islanders' corner. Kasparaitis gets to Thomas, clears it through center and down to the left side. Hasek will have an Islander icing call. 13 seconds away from the halfway point of this third period. 6-4 our score. Islanders.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Islanders music.
Why should I have to wait a week for my dealer to fix my brakes just because I own a foreign car?
For foreign car brakes, Midas gets the job done right and right away.
I wouldn't settle for anything less than the right parts.
Midas stocks the right brake parts for practically every foreign car.
So I went to Midas.
Midas brake technicians are trained experts. That's why we guarantee every brake shoe and pad for as long as you own your foreign car. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Nobody walks away from Best Dodge. Because nobody can beat the selection, the service, the quality Best Dodge offers. Lou Bertie and his staff of professionals can show you the best way to get more car for your dollar. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best.
With a smile.
You can't do better than Best. Best Dodge, Orchard Park Road, West Seneca.
Now, while we're in commercial, they dropped the puck, and Kasparaitis ended up taking an interference penalty off the faceoff. Here it is here as he interferes and knocks down Randy Wood. So now Buffalo on the power play, trailing 6-4.
Rink wide, Bodger to Howard-Chuck. Trying to get it over to McGillney. Krupp from the corner gets popped by Andreychuk, but Berg clears it out. LaFontaine at the line. Working with McGillney. Bodger. LaFontaine work it together. Andrechuk, Howardchuk, and McGillney stage in front. Low shot, Bodger picked up by Krupp and cleared.
Boy, was that ever a nice play. As Uwe Krupp read that pass beautifully and just stepped in and intercepted it.
LaFontaine from the left wing, covered by Flatley. Pilon trying to label the physical presence on. Howardchuk squeezing the puck from the corner. Gilney diving for it, stopped by Svoboda from the slot. Pilon is there. 54 seconds left in the penalty to Kasparaitis. 6-4 our score, Islanders. Howardchuk, top of the slot is Svoboda. Still working with it, LaFontaine. Oh, shot. Svoboda with a shot. Healy getting a piece of that one by pushing it into the corner. Svoboda again. This time will narrow it down. Good defensive play by Pat Flatley. And Pilon clear the puck down in the Sabres corner. 22 seconds left. And the penalty to Kasparaitis. Gilney comes out now with LaFontaine. Presley, the chance, intercepted by Mogilny. Works it from the left side. LaFontaine regains control, and here comes Fitzgerald, who's already scored this evening with a backhand. Hasek with a save. And the Islanders are back to full strength. Mogilny working across the line, taken down by Krupp. Healy works it along the boards. Thomas couldn't hang on. The chance from center along with Berg. And the Islanders are caught from offside. 7 minutes, 46 seconds left to play into the third period. 6-4 Islanders will return.
In short, gentlemen, our capitalization plan has paid handsome dividends. Johnson here will fill you in on the details.
Thank you, JP. Let me begin by saying...
We've been acquired! By whom? The Omega Corporation? No. Chuck, from the mail room.
Howdy, boys. Ms. Whitaker.
New York Lotto. Hey, you never know.
Coffee, Johnson.
To live, there is a season. To love, there is a reason. And someone who cares by your side. A time to be born, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to feel, a time to carry the strength of the shield.
Fitzgerald moving in on Hasek. As you can see, Richard Schmelik cutting him off. And I think that Fitzgerald was quite surprised, John, to see Schmelik. As Schmelik came off the bench at the beginning, I think Fitzgerald thought he had a clear-cut breakaway.
Bouncing puck set up for Schmelik. Kearney also working it. Sweeney down the left wing at center, drilling a shot to the right side of Healy.
You can see how lively the boards are here in New York. As the puck ends up down in the Buffalo zone. But the puck really flies off the boards in behind and in the corners.
Randy Wood, one of the goal scorers tonight.
Yeah, Randy Wood contributing tonight. Last season won the Tim Horton Trophy as the unsung hero. He scored 20 or more goals in 4 of his 5 NHL seasons. He had an even 20 last season.
And if you want your opportunity to win every game this season, make sure you stop by one of the Honors Intermission booths.
Kearney from the top of the slot, another shot going over the glass and into the crowd. Kind of an interesting, funny thing happened this morning. Randy Wood coming for the game day skate. His former teammates got wrapped up into a conversation in the hallway, and that conversation went into the equipment room of the Islanders, and the team meeting for the Sabres started. Nobody could find Randy Wood, and ended up he started doing some work in the Islanders equipment room, thinking that, well, maybe he was still a part of the team. So Larry Playfair, who works on the Sabres radio broadcast, had to run down the hallway and pull Wood out of the Islanders equipment room. Wrong part of the building to be in. Maybe get to a team meeting.
Maybe he had hidden a favorite stick away somewhere and he was looking for it.
He was probably looking for his pattern or two. He got a few jabs from his former teammates. It was Pat Flatley who led the way with the jab, of which I cannot repeat on our broadcast. There's Presley skating in. Off along the boards, stopped by Schmeling, intercepted King. Out in center with Thomas and Turgeon. Turgeon back to Thomas. Hushik with the save. Nice play by this big line for the Islanders.
Well, it sure was a great play, and Turgeon spotted Thomas trailing and put it right on his stick. Hushik was there with an outstanding save. As Quebec, of course, defeating the Rangers by 6-2, and boy, do they ever hate the Rangers up here on Long Island, and vice versa.
It's good to keep note on that game in particular. The Nordiques with 20 points going into this evening's contest against the Rangers. Boston, incidentally, also losing to Toronto at the time. That game is not over yet. A win tonight for the Sabres would give them 20 points and a tie for the second place position. Oh, shut the goal by the Islanders. 7-4 the score.
Now that was off a face-off, and nobody laid a glove on Norton. He just skated in and zipped it in the top corner. A beautiful shot, but I mean, this should never happen off a face-off. Now the puck goes back to Norton. And look at this. There's a slash from May, but that's it. And he just has a free ride right to the net and beats Dominik Hasek. But that was a poor goal from a Sabre standpoint.
7-4 Islanders. Norton, who picked up 3 points Thursday night's 8-5 loss to Philadelphia, scores. Patterson setting it up for May with a shot. Healy coming up with a save. And it's a pushing and shoving starts. Patterson getting a few punches away. Or Donnelly. Whalen.
Who wants to fight? We got two here. We got two going here. Who wants to fight? We got two on the ice.
Now this is, again, the tempers have been very high here tonight, as this has been an extremely physical game. And a lot of high sticks, elbows, and solid body checking here tonight. And that was all after a beautiful passing play by Patterson to set up Brad May, and he was stopped by Healy.
Some extracurricular activity as well as some extra sounds from the ice surface. It's Brad May. You heard it's Ron Asselstein, the linesman, is saying who wants to fight, because there's already 2 players that were down. Anybody that gets into a fight now is considered the third man in, so we'll find out if everybody can control things right now. Gord Donnelly is just waiting to go for somebody. Brad May ready to wind things up here.
You can really
working along the board.
You can really do some damage with a jersey too if you get a hold of someone around the neck. And I've seen some pretty serious welts or marks made by a jersey, as they'll like to grab you by the neck and really pull down on it.
May and Bill Berg are off into the corner right now, and Gregson's just standing and watching the dancing going on.
And they're going to let him just work this out. When everyone gets tired of it, then they'll set or try to break it up again.
So Berg and May are separated, and it looks like things have simmered down for the time being. Gloves, sticks, helmets scattered about and around the Islander net.
And the Islanders 6 minutes and 14 seconds away from ending their 5-game losing streak.
May escorted to the Sabres dressing room. That's player number 2 ejected out of the game.
Well, Patterson is sitting down on the Buffalo side of the penalty box, and now they'll play pickup sticks and gloves.
And Gord Donnelly as well. We were talking, Jim, about the injuries the Sabres have sustained, not only in tonight's game, but through the course of the season. I got an update from John Muckler couple of days ago, and it indicated that Ken Sutton will probably be back on Tuesday night. So that's a good point. Now that Randy Moeller is out, Ken Sutton, who has yet to play this year, will be back on Tuesday night. We'll be back.
Well, my brakes were making this weird grinding sound. I got a little worried. But I was just as worried about how much it would cost to fix them.
At Midas, our basic brake service is only $69 to $79 per axle. And our experts can fix your brakes right the very same day you bring in your car.
Midas gave me a great price. They also fixed a lot of worrying.
Midas, because your brakes can't wait.
When it comes to families, one size doesn't fit all. That's why your minivan specialist has so many choices of caravans at the Dodge Minivan Store. From the luxurious all-wheel drive Grand Caravan to an economical caravan starting at just over $13,500. One size doesn't fit all, but there's one caravan to fit you, fit your budget, and the minivan specialist has it.
See your Team Dodge dealer and get the advantage. Advantage Dodge.
Number 27, Brad May.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. John Gertler along with Jim Lorenz. Major stoppage in play here. Most of the equipment has been picked up, and the penalties are being issued as we speak. A 3-goal third period by the Islanders, and they have jumped out to a 7-4 lead after the Sabres and Islanders were locked at 4 after 2.
Stop in at Bagel Brothers to start your day for those famous hot, crusty, fresh-baked bagels, homemade cream cheese spreads, or mouth-watering muffins. Bagel Brothers is the place. Here's that nice passing play that we were talking about. Healy makes an outstanding stop on Brad May, and then things got progressively worse from there. When he took a run at Corkum, and here comes Donnelly as he fights his way through 2 or 3 players to get at anyone.
Where that rub with the glove comes in.
Yeah,
Jim?
we've seen a lot of that. We talked about that earlier. You get involved in those scrums like that, and somebody sticks a glove in your face, and you try to do the same thing back to them. But we missed the penalty call here. We have Donnelly and Patterson in the box for the Sabres, and now Donnelly is being sent to the dressing room.
May is out. There's been major issued. They're offsetting us. There are no power plays for the respective teams. So the bench shortens even more.
So we'll play 5 on side here as LaFontaine steps on with Mogilny and Andreychuk. 7-4, but still time. The Sabres to get back in this game.
Sure. Last night the Sabres scored 3 goals in a little under 3 minutes in the second period.
And I'm sure that the Islander coaching staff is reminding their players of that, to continue to try to play strong defensively, because the Sabres are an explosive hockey club, leading the NHL in goals scored. And you make it 7-5, and then you have certainly a chance to pull your goalie. But it's still 7-4.
Flatley working it in front. Ferraro. That went high. Andreychuk rinked wide to Mogilny. Takes the shot, and again getting a piece of the Islander stick over the glass and into the crowd. Folks, tomorrow night at 6, it's almost as exciting as hockey. It's the World Wrestling Federation main event special. Wrestling fans won't want to miss Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the Ultimate Warrior. Try for the WWF Tag Team title. That's tomorrow at 6 on Fox 29. 5:32 remaining into the third period. 7-4 our score, Islanders.
Talking about the Ultimate Warrior, how about Dale Howardchuk tonight?
Absolutely.
Suffering a broken nose back in the first period. Returned here in the third to try to help the Sabres in this game.
Well, the scoring includes the 4 goals by the Sabres in the second period.
Now here's a chance for the Sabres now as the Islanders have been assessed a penalty. A tripping call coming up. So Buffalo with 5:08 to play will go on the power play. McGinnis goes to the penalty box.
Penalty number 18, Marty McGinnis. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty 14:52.
That's something for the team to refuel on here.
Now LaFontaine, Andreychuk, Mogilny out there along with Svoboda and Howardchuk.
As I was mentioning about the scoring by the Sabres in the second period, Presley, Svoboda, Mogilny, and Wood. And at least we mentioned the fact that Dave Andreychuk, who is currently out on this line with LaFontaine and Mogilny on the power play, would like to, I'm sure, keep his point scoring streak going, and it's currently holding at 16 games. And if he gets a point this evening, that would equal his point streak last year at 17. Andreychuk, who had 4 goals last night, currently scoreless in this contest. Well, the face-off just inside.
LaFontaine, he's a visiting player. He's supposed to put a stick down first. That's why the delay.
Controlled by Hogue and cleared by Krug. 5 minutes even left in regulation. 7-4 our score, Islanders. Sabres led it 1 point in the game, 5-4. LaFontaine loses his stick. Healy will cover up.
The Sabres road power play is dismal this year. That has been, as we talked about earlier, one of their problems about not being able to win. On the road, they're only 14%. At home, they are 40%. And Andreychuk will take this face-off against Hogue.
And they didn't do much at all on that road trip, speaking for power plays. And they've won a game. LaFontaine, Svoboda, Howardchuk, blocked by LaChance. Howardchuk again, second time blocked. Top of the slot, it's Svoboda. He tries. That's blocked. Howardchuk again. Healy with the save. Hogue will clear. 120. Left in the call to Marty McGinnis. Neil Howardchuk works his way out at center. Drilling it from the corner. Gilney. Back to Howardchuk. Svoboda skating in from the slot. That's poked and picked up by LaChance. Turgeon flicking it down to the corner. Flatley takes it away from Svoboda. Howardchuk controls. LaFontaine, center ice. To Howardchuk, back to McGilney, letting it go over to Bodger, to McGilney. The corner is Andreychuk. Howardchuk at the right point. McGilney to Andreychuk, he scores! Dave Andreychuk. And as we had mentioned at the start of this power play, the point streak continues for Dave Andreychuk. Now it's 17 games.
Now that was a beautiful power play goal again, and that's what the Sabres were looking for. Now they've got a shot at it. It's 7-5 with 3:36 to play. Nice pass from the corner, and Andreychuk fires it in. This is Mogilny, and nobody picks up Andreychuk, and that's hard to believe when you have someone who scores as many goals as he does in that area. You don't see any opposition within striking range, and Andreychuk fires it in. His 13th power play goal of the year. That leads the NHL. And now we'll watch for Hasek to come out.
17th goal of this season. Dave Andreychuk again, point streak intact. 17 games, equaling his output from last year. Sweeney from behind the net. Presley trying to get it in front. A big collision. Sweeney and Wood tied up. Kings come. The Islanders come across the line. Malakoff swats it over the glass and into the crowd. 3 minutes even left here in The third period, 7-5 our score, Islanders.
Malakoff, who scored the first goal of this game, was the Islanders' 12th pick back in '89. But he has a hard shot from the point, and he certainly showed that the first goal of the game. But he had a terrific Olympics for the Soviets as he scored 3 goals in 8 games. He was a +10, and he wasn't on the ice for a goal against.
He was responsible for starting this shootout here this evening. He's credited for the goal that way back at the 124 mark of period 1.
Well, this is always now a tough decision for the coach, John Muckler, when to take the goalie out. You're down by 2 goals. There's 2:51 remaining on the clock. I mean, the strategy is a lot different here than if you're only down 1 goal.
We'll keep an eye out as the Sabres group to the left side of goaltender Glenn Healy. There's Andrzejczyk with a shot right off the draw, and Healy tested on that one. Good execution. 10 seconds remaining. Group to Hogue. And the Islanders will snap their 5-game losing streak tonight with a solid victory over the Buffalo Sabres, a 7-5 score. And the road slump continues for Buffalo. The last win coming back on October 10th. 7-5 final.